Yo, yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Yes, we are back live, and I apologize. I was running a little late because I was trying to get some coffee made and just checking a few things before I jumped on here. Because once you're on here with these cards, you're pretty much stuck. So I wanted to get a couple of things done right before I jumped on. Hope everyone is having a great week. And I'm excited because I'm going to be doing commentary for this Tyson Fury Derek Chisora card. And I'm also going to be doing commentary later on this evening for Roman Gonzalez against Juan Francisco Estrada trilogy. All right. So we got two trilogies today. One really good trilogy and one really bad one. and Fury and Chisora. But, at the end of the day, it's boxing. And I want to jump on just because it's just another opportunity to jump on it and talk boxing and watch boxing. Not much of an undercard neither here, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a stay busy fight against one of our favorite journeymen in Derek Chisora. Much respect to Chisora and everything, but it's just really, really, really bad timing with this fight. Like, we really don't need this fight. We got this fight twice already. And it's a weak fight. It is what it is. But I'm watching it right now, and I see that Usyk is in the building, which is great. Hopefully, Usyk can get in the ring. These guys can have their little face off and all of that, and we can get that undisputed fight in the very next fight. Let's just get. Listen, I don't believe that either of these guys or any of these guys, going to actually defend undisputed, title fights and stuff. But let's just get one so we can know who exactly is a top dog in the heavyweight division. I know there's other fights that need to be made soon. You still got Wilder out there. You still got Anthony Joshua out there, and Andy Ruiz and Joe Joyce. You got all of these guys out there. There's plenty of fights that still could be made. But I just want to get this whole undisputed thing situated. What's up, everyone that's joining us? Aaron, what's up with you? Icky Son, what's happening? Ace, what's happening with you? What's up, Kano Local Sports? My man is in the building. CMP is in the building. What's happening? All right. Yeah, Ace, I agree with you. It is another wasted fight, but at the end of the day, it's just boxing. And we're gonna see Fury get a knockout, and we can really go from there. That's pretty much it. Fury's gonna get another knockout, and that's that. But we do have a really, really good fight later on this evening. And the other trilogy, the real trilogy, the good trilogy, a trilogy that is definitely warranted. And I will be back live later on this evening to cover that fight as well. So, if you think this fight here is bullshit, which it is, come back later and we can watch a real fight. That fight should be a good fight. That's going to be another 12 rounds. In my opinion, I actually just posted a quick breakdown. I know I'm super late with that, but it's up. I just uploaded it, and I've been back and forth all week about it, to be honest. But I do think that Chocolatito is going to pull out a decision, probably another split decision win. But I'm basing it off the strength that I think he won the second fight. So be there for that later on. I would definitely be online later on doing commentary as well. So check me out then as well. All right. What else is going on in boxing news? You got Daniel Dubois fighting tonight too. He's gonna be on the undercard. I was able to check out. Let me pull him up real quick. I was able to check out his opponent. I saw the weigh-in, and a couple of days ago, I did look up his opponent, Kevin Lerena. All right. He's from South Africa. He is a southpaw. 28 wins, 14 losses. 14 knockouts, one loss, only one loss. And I think it was it was years ago, 2014. But I got to check out a little bit of his stuff. I did watch him knock out Bogdan Edenu. I did watch that fight. I watched a little bit of the Marius Walk fight. He won a unanimous decision there, pretty much won every round. And he's decent. It's just like we already know what Daniel Dubois can do. So I'm not really expecting much for this guy. I did see the weigh-in. I see that this guy Lerena, looked very confident at the weigh-in. I mean, that's cool, but he's kind of short for the division. He's 6'1". He boxes pretty good. He's not a bad boxer. He has solid power, but I don't think he has what it takes to keep Daniel Dubois off of him. You know, at this stage, you just want to see Dubois against some of the better guys in the heavyweight division, like at least the top 20 guys, if not the top 15 guys. We already know, you know what I'm saying, what he can do overall. And these guys like Lerena, like let's pull him back up. Hold on. This guys like Trevor Bryant, they gave him a WBA junior belt. So at the end of the day, the fight makes sense based off the junior title, but it's not a good opponent. You had Daniel, you had with Trevor Bryant, who else? Joe Cusimano, Boldan Dinu. That's a comeback fight, so I get it. He knocked out Dinu. Dinu has just been food for everybody. This guy, they put Dinu, I think they put Dinu at the top of the WBA for Daniel Dubois had a reason to fight him. And Dinu did nothing. He got knocked out by Pulev. He got knocked out by Gerald Miller. That's when we first saw him. I think most of us first saw him in that fight. He was undefeated. Miller stopped him. And then everybody's just been running through this dude. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it's just I want to see Daniel Dubois step up. I know he took a L. You know what I'm saying? I know he took his loss, but it's time to step up. It's time to step up. CMP said Fury will retire 2 more times before he fights Usyk. That's pretty funny. I don't think so. I think that at this point, I see Joe Joyce is in there too. He's in the front row as well. I don't think so. I think Fury at this point, I think he will take the fight next. I think a lot of things he say is just off hype. I don't really believe a lot of things he said over the year. He said a lot of crazy things. I know he said something that he wanted $500 million to take this fight. So I don't really know. I don't really think so. I think Fury's going to take the fight, in my opinion. I think Fury just likes to play the games, and I don't really read too much into it. I've been saying this for years to you guys. Tyson Fury knows how to sell fights. He knows the game. He's taken advantage of like fake news, and he's made it his way of promoting his fights. Nobody asked for this fight here between him and Chisora, but he knew how to sell it by mentioning a million different names. And after the Joshua fight fell through, I kind of felt like all of that was more promo for this fight here. Because it started with Chisora. Chisora was one of the opponents that they were trying to make the fight with. And it did circle over to Joshua, and that fell through. And they went right back to Chisora. And it's just like, yo, how do you give AJ a quick time period to agree to take the fight, but you allow Derek Chisora to not take the fight and then go back and take the fight? It just doesn't make sense. Fury should have just been like, I want to fight Usyk next, but before I fight him next, I want to tune up. I fought in the beginning of the year, and I want to have another fight in between before I fight Usyk. That would have been fine. I wouldn't have had no issue with that, but he has to have all the drama leading up to a fight. He's going to name a million different people, say he's going to fight a million different people, and then end up fighting the true opponent, which is Derek Chisora. Cano Loco says, thoughts on Marquez Valle. I don't know if I checked him out. Let me look him up real quick, because I'm not familiar, at least not by name. Does he have a fight coming up soon? Marquez Valle. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Hold on, took the volume down. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him, bro, but I'll look him up. I don't think I've seen him fight. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him fight. I'll definitely look out for him. Is he from Puerto Rico? Let me see. He's listed as American, but I'll check him out. Oh, he fought last night on Pro Box. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I haven't seen him. But I'll check him out. I'll look him up and check it out when I get some downtime. In fact, let me write that down because I don't want to forget. But I'll definitely check him out when I get some downtime. All right. A says Dubois against Big Pharmacy Miller. You know what? To be honest, I don't even want to see that yet. I don't even want to see that. You know, I want to see Big Baby get back in shape and look good for a fight. Like, look good without being on the juice. You know, that's all I want to really see from Big Baby. I said the other day that I would like to see Big Baby. A fun fight would be the guy that beat Rockman Jr. recently. That would be a decent Greg Hardy. Put Big Baby in there with Greg Hardy. You know, I would see that. You know, that's cool. But to be honest, I just want to see Big Baby get back in shape because everything that he's accomplished as a pro boxer is in question right now. Even those solid wins that he picked up, like he beat Denu, he beat who's the European fighter? I mean, he basically was bigger than everybody he faced, right? And he was over, you know, he got to over 300 pounds and he was throwing a lot of punches. I mean, his volume was insane. Oh, Adamic, Tomas Adamic. That's what I was thinking. So he beat Johan Dubois, right? He went to desist with him. He beat Marius Wap. He beat Gerald Washington, Fred Cassie. I mean, these are like not top tier wins, but they're solid wins. And were you clean when you had these fights? You know, and then he ruined the Joshua bag, right? Because that was supposed to be here in New York. And I don't even know if Gerald Miller is really good. I don't know. You know, so even Dubois at this stage, I want to see Dubois against at least at bare minimum like a top 15 guy. I don't even want to say a top 20 anymore. I want to say like a top 15 guy. Like I think he's good enough to at least fight a top 15 guy, you know? I know he's ranked high in at least one or two of the sanctioning bodies. I would like, you know, for him to fight, you know, maybe, you know, Luis Ortiz or Joseph Parker, you know, Dillian White. That's not going to happen, but White is probably going to have his rematch with AJ. But a Pulev fight is good for Daniel Dubois. A Martin Bacoli fight is a good fight. A Frank Sanchez fight is a good fight. I want to see these kind of fights from Dubois. We don't know where Gerald Miller is at this point. You know, I don't know where he's at. I don't even know if he's really good. Would he have won those fights before if he wasn't juicing? Was he juicing at that time? Or did he just get super juiced up for AJ? That's a possibility. I don't want to throw everything on him, but there's a possibility that Jared Miller either got juiced up for that fight or he was already juicing before those fights. He has tested positive for PEDs even as an MMA fighter before. So you just don't really know what's up with this dude, you know? And I like Jared Miller. He's a cool dude. You know, I got some mutual friends with him. Um, I've met him before. You know, he's a cool dude. He's from Brooklyn. I mean, you want to see a guy like that win. You know, I was all for him when he was fighting and doing his thing. But when he got juiced up, I was like, nah, man, I wasn't feeling him. And then when he came back and Bob Arum was going to try to work with him, I thought it was ridiculous that he was only like suspended for like 6 months, but he had another opportunity to come back and do something with his career, and he ruined it again. You know, so that's just how I feel about that. Les says, "LOL." I remember when he was saying he was gonna fight the UFC heavyweight champ. Yeah, I mean, yo, one thing about Big Baby is he knew how to promote himself. You know, Dude says if I didn't have ESPN Plus, I wouldn't watch this fight. I mean, I kind of I don't care for the fight, but I do care for Usyk being there. I want to see if they're gonna face to face each other. And I'm interested in just talking boxing today. That's all. I'm not really that interested in a fight like that. Um, Kano Loco says it looks like someone who could give Xander a run for his money. I'm definitely gonna check him out then. All right, I'm definitely gonna take a look at this dude. Yeah, Les says Greg Hardy came in like 320. And I think he was even more than that. Maybe not the night that he fought Hasim Rahman, but he's fought even bigger than that, I think. So I would love to see him fight a Gerald Miller, like two guys that's over 300 and see how it goes. You know, because he was 100 pounds more than Hasim Rahman Jr. I mean, who the hell picked that fight? You know, Rahman is like at least a fight or two away from fighting one of the YouTube dudes. You know, whether it's gonna be Jake Paul or I don't know, one of them dudes. I don't even know their names. You know, one of the Paul brothers or KSI. He was probably a fight away from taking one of those dudes on. And who thought it was a good idea to put him in the ring with a fighter that was 100 pounds more than him after he's coming off of a knockout loss? You know, because I don't think Rahman Jr. had even had a fight since he lost. He was supposed to fight Jake Paul, and that didn't go down. Dude said Big Baby had the nerve to say he got big off cheeseburgers. He said a whole lot of stuff. He said his test came back positive because of the sex pills. Big Baby's a wild boy, yo. Just the fact that he even said that is crazy. Jordy says props, the wave, always good comment. Thanks. Him Dion Boxing is in the building. What's up with you? What's up, J.O. Pilot? What's up, everyone that's here? Scott, what's happening with you? Scott says, Wave just watching it here. Fury, same. Admit it, you bought his latest version of Sweet Caroline. Nah, son. He's a pretty good singer, though. He's a pretty good singer, but I definitely didn't come here to hear him sing. But I do think he's going to stop Chisora at least by the 5th round. I think that even in the 1st round, I think Fury might hit him by the first, if not by the first, by the 2nd round. Fury will hit him with something that is going to at least stun Chisora, like wake him up. Like, yo, you're not just going to come in here and do what you want to do. And this is the reason why we should not have this fight. Because it's like Fury won first fight clear. Now, it was pretty, Chisora had his moments. It was competitive. But Fury was way better in the rematch. I mean, by the time they fought in a rematch, Fury was a much better fighter, And you see it. I watched both fights back to back earlier in the week. And it was like night and day. Like as soon as the 1st round started, you can tell that Fury wasn't the same fighter. In fact, I still think that the Fury that fought Klitschko is the best version of himself as far as him boxing. Maybe not as a KO artist, but as far as his boxing ability, I thought that version of Fury before he retired was still the best version of him. I mean, he was just so quick and elusive, man. I mean, now he's still really, really good, obviously. I still believe that he's the best heavyweight, but he was really, really good for he fought Vlad. I hated that fight, but he was just so good in that fight. Like, I watched that fight, you know, anytime that I've like gone back and watched clips of that fight, I just feel like Fury was just so quick, man. The way that he moved, he was just so hard to hit. He controlled distance better than anyone out there. You know, on a pound for pound level, he's one of the best out there when it comes to controlling distance. I mean, he really knows how to use, for a guy that's so tall and has a long reach, 85-inch reach, he knows how to use his reach to his advantage better than almost anyone out there. Seriously. And when he fought Klitschko, you saw it in that fight. And this even more of a reason why this fight just should not happen. Because Chisora, you know, he's short for the division. He's only like 6'1", and he's short for the division, but you know exactly what he's coming to do. You know, he's just coming in, getting low, winging wide shots, and he has a lot of power. Listen, he has a puncher's chance, but Fury easily beat him. You know, he already made it. He beat him and he made it look very easy in a rematch. And he's only gotten better since then. Why are we getting this fight? You know, Chisora has a name. Let's be honest. Fury just wanted a tune-up before the Usyk fight. And he, you know, Chisora has a name. Stormy by Man, thank you for the support. Says salute wave, a little support for your grind. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. Yes. Yo, I did see the knockdown, and I'm gonna start covering these fights in a minute. Just wanted to chop it up with you guys for a little bit before I start getting into this commentary. All right. What's up, Clarence? How you doing? How's everything going with you? Thanks again, Stormy. Stormy, I always call you Stormy Man, Stormy by Man, or Stormy B Man. Stormy B Man. Yeah, so you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a fight, you know, it's just like have a drink, have a good time, and just chill, you know. If you just want to stay in and watch some boxing, it's a good fight. It is Tyson Fury. I do enjoy watching Tyson Fury fight, you know, and there's certain fighters that, you know, it's like Regis Prograis. Like, you know, after he lost to Josh Taylor, he went and fought a few guys that we know he would dominate. Now, I didn't care for those opponents. You know, Zepeda was great. But those other fighters, I didn't care for those other fighters, but I enjoyed watching Regis Prograis fight. And there's been a lot of talk about him this week, you know, and Teofimo Lopez. You know, I did speak on it a little bit. By the way, if you haven't checked this out, I reposted it on Twitter the other day. Regis Prograis has an amazing interview with Fight Hype. I reposted it the other day. If you are on Twitter, if you do follow me on Twitter, check it out. It's a long interview. All right. It's like 25-minute interview, I think, something like that. But it was a very good interview. You know, he talked about a lot. His relationship with the Charlo twins and Spence. He talked about, you know, the fight with Zepeda, you know, how it was while he was in there. Josh Taylor. He talked about a lot of other fighters. He brought up a lot of things. He talked about a lot of personal things. Very good interview. So if you want to look for something good to watch, very, very good interview. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop it here on this card. Here's this thing again with ESPN not showing the names on the corner of the screen so I can know who exactly is fighting. and I keep the volume down because I don't want the YouTube to pick up on. I don't want YouTube to pick up on the sound from the event, but they need to put the names on the corner of these fights, and I don't see a closed caption. Yeah, I don't like this. All right, whatever. Les says Zepeda definitely a high level fighter at 140. Was happy to see him fight someone good again, and get a belt while doing it. Yeah, it was a very very good fight, and he expressed how much trouble he had in that fight. All right, Punch Perfect. Shout out to Punch Perfect, and let me tell you something, guys. Subscribe to Punch Perfect Boxing. This dude has elevated himself as a fight breakdown channel. Very intelligent guy. I listened to your Chocolatito breakdown of Estrada. First of all, I didn't know that you were that much of a fan of Chocolatito. I didn't know that was your favorite fighter of all time. That's pretty dope. He did a very, very good breakdown. Well, the part I liked about the video was just him talking about the previous or just the career of the two fighters. He did more talking about the career. I actually like that you did that. I think that was pretty dope. I listened to it the other day. I just drew a breakdown up today right before I came online, and I'm really, really stuck with who's winning this fight. I know you sounded pretty confident with Chocolatito. I'm honestly not really confident. I was gonna place a bet. I'm gonna hold my money on this one. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. I think Chocolatito was gonna win, but I've gone back and forth about it because even though I think he won the fight in a rematch and that one of those judges robbed him, I don't feel that he clearly won like that. I do think that it was a close fight. I scored it 8-4 as well, but it wasn't clear to me. I had a couple swing rounds in there. All right. So, I think once you get a 7-5, 8-4 kind of pick where it's some swing rounds, it's kind of like it could have gone either way. I like what Estrada was doing in the rematch. I think he definitely improved since the first one. But I'm leaning towards Chocolatito pulling off a decision win today. All right, but very good video, very good channel. Punch Perfect UK box channel, very good content, man. Quality content, consistent, very good channel. And no gossip neither. I'm tired of gossip channels. I mean, God, it's just. I think like 90% of the boxing channels on YouTube now are just gossip. Just talking shit. Talking shit about the fighters, being disrespectful, fake news. Oh man, I'm just listening to I really just only I don't listen to many channels that much these days. Only when they talk about certain topics. All right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the commentary later on this evening with Chocolatito and Estrada. That should be a good. And then you got a good. I think you have. Who else is on? Let me pull that out real quick. Now I know Ammo Williams is going to be on the undercard, but I don't know who else is going to be on that undercard. Check it out. Or I don't know what's going to be because I don't know if they're showing like the entire card. I know I'm not going to get on until like 8:30. Now, I'm not gonna, being that I came on early for this one, I'm not gonna jump on too early for the fight later this evening. Because just doing multiple boxing cards in a day is kind of draining, especially when you go in hours, 7, 8 hours in a day of just talking. It's a lot. I think I did it last week and I was extremely tired. By the time we got to Regis Prograis and Cepeda, as good and exciting that fight was, the undercard was just dragging, man. It was just a long card. And I can't keep, I got to be a little bit more mindful. Like, I love going live and chopping it up with you guys, but I don't want to look tired on video neither, you know? Uh, oh, Julio Cesar Martinez is going to be on the undercard as well. You got Austin Williams, you got Joselito Velasquez, you got Diego Pacheco. So you got some good fighters on there. You got some good fighters that's on this undercard. All right. Not the greatest fights though, but you have some decent fights in yeah, you got some decent fights on here. What's up, Sean G? What's up, Benji? What's good? Yeah, CMP, I just saw your comment. Yeah, Julio Cesar Martinez gonna be on the undercard. Um, is this Julio Cesar Martinez's first fight since? Yeah, this is his first fight since he lost to Roman Gonzalez. Yeah, and he's back down to at 112, which is cool. Because not saying that he can't fight at 116, but he didn't look good against Roman Gonzalez, And then, to be honest, I think Chocolatito could have really beat him up. Like, if he really wanted to stop him, if he was really looking to stop him. I think there were opportunities where he could have probably stopped him if he really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mark Castro too. Mark Castro is what, on the undercard, or hold on, let me go back to the card. Oh yeah, Mark Castro is on the undercard. I haven't seen him. Maybe it's the fight that I saw that you're talking about where he got dropped. Yeah, Mark Castro is another guy that I don't think is all that good. I remember watching this fight. I do remember that fight. I think I saw that fight. I think I was giving live commentary for that fight. I don't think he's all that great. I mean, he's strong, he's powerful, but too easy to hit. Too easy to hit. Once he fights a real boxer, he's gonna get schooled, in my opinion. I don't know. I haven't seen him since then, but I remember when I was watching that fight. I remember when he did get dropped, and it was early in the fight. Who do you guys got for the fight later? Since we're talking about that, who do you guys got? Do you think Chocolatito wins or Estrada wins? Who wins a trilogy? And who do you guys think won the rematch between the two? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I don't think Chisora goes past 5. I don't think Chisora goes past 5. I think Fury is going to carry him a little bit. I do. I honestly believe that Fury's going to carry him for a little bit, and then he's just going to drown him. He's going to hit him with something hard, and he's going to finish him off. But I think he's going to carry Chisora for a little bit. I just Chisora, he he gets, he brings a good fight, but man, like, he just does not deserve a title shot. He just does not. You know, I know guys just want to stay busy sometimes, but you know, he just doesn't deserve a title shot at this point. You know, I mean, even the Pulev fight. You know, I don't even think he really won that fight. I thought it was close. I think I scored it like 7 rounds to 5 for Pulev. And it wasn't a robbery, but I don't think Chisora won the fight. You know, Chisora didn't win that fight. You know, but I also don't think that Chisora has had a couple fights where he could have won. Uh, so I get it. Him says Chocolatito won the rematch and wins tonight. Yeah, I think so. Estrada didn't look good the other month, you know. When I was looking at the rematch, just looking at the rematch itself, I was saying to myself, like, you know, I can see Estrada having a shot in a rematch. I mean, the trilogy, but Estrada hasn't looked that great, you know. Yeah. Yeah, there's just too many people that deserve a title shot though before Chisora. You know, and this is the thing you gotta always remember when people are just like these guys, like the Bogdan Denu guy that I was just talking about. Once a solid fighter gets in a ring, you know, once a fighter gets in a ring with like a journeyman, everybody's just gonna be hunting down the journeyman to see if they could beat the journeyman better. You know, that's like Carlos Molina. Carlos Molina is that guy. Like, he's been in there with AJ, he's been in there with Wilder, he's been in there with a lot of people. But they keep getting good opportunities because other fighters want to see if they can beat them better. You know? Now, if you're coming up, if you are on a come up, like a Fabio Wardley, when Wardley fought Molina, I didn't feel too bad about it. But at that point, Molina is just there to get stopped within the next like in a round or two. You know, Molina has not really given us a competitive fight in a long time. Even by the time that AJ fought him, Molina wasn't good even at that time. You know, AJ destroyed him easily, and that was in 2016. You know, in 2022, he's just not a good opponent. He's just not a good opponent for anybody at the top tier or even like the top 30. He gave Wilder a good fight though, because he had his moments. He did hurt Wilder a couple times, right? He did hurt Wilder. So that made him somewhat like, okay, you beat Tomas Adamic. Okay, cool. So when AJ fought him, being 17-0, it wasn't a bad fight at all. You know, but then he lost to Dominic Brazil, and then he lost to Philip Hergovic, and then he lost to Wardley, you know, and then lost to Alan Babbage. Like, at this point, he shouldn't just be, you know, he picked up a win recently in July against a random guy that's 6-2, right? And because of that win, they're gonna throw him back in there with someone. Again, there's gonna be some guy like maybe Jared Anderson. Maybe he, you know, if he beats Jerry Forrest, maybe they'll throw him in there with him. You know? Modern King Boxing. What's up with you, man? Thank you. Salute. Hope you had a good day, man. So yeah, I kind of get tired of these random journeymen getting these fights, you know? All right, who's next? Who's up next in this fight? Let me pull up the card. This should be a good fight right here. This should be a pretty good fight. Denis Beranchyk against Ivan Mindy. Mindy's a good, tough fighter. I don't know what he's done lately because I haven't watched him recently. I see that he's picked up a bunch of wins here. He hasn't lost since he fought Luke Campbell, but he's not fighting the top tier opponents. He hasn't had a good fight. This is definitely the best opponent he's faced since 2018 when he lost to Luke Campbell in a rematch. Right? He beat Luke in the first fight. All right, but Ivan Mindy is a pretty good fighter at 135. He's solid. He's 37 years old now. Oh, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And Beranchyk is a 34-year-old Ukrainian fighter, undefeated, 16 wins, 9 knockouts. Should be a good fight. Should be a solid fight. Modern Day says, Modern King Boxing says, Jerry Anderson should be fighting Philip Hergovich. I think Babbage, the Savage, to me, Boxingwave. I think the Hergovic fight is a good fight for Jared Anderson. I want to see what he could do against Jerry Forrest. Jerry Forrest is another guy that's been in there with a lot of people, but he's actually performed good. You know, even with all of the losses, he's performing good. He's not like an Eric Molina, like I was saying before. They're putting him in a ring as a test for a lot of guys, but he's performed good. Like guys like a Jonathan Rice. I said this the other day. Jonathan Rice is another solid guy. You could throw him in there because he's going to look good. You know, Jonathan Rice destroyed Michael Coffey. You know, Michael Coffey at the time was another American prospect that was on the come up. So Jerry Forrest is solid. You know, he has 5 losses, but you can make the argument that he won the Zhang fight and won the Hunter fight, which were recent. They were both last year. You know what I'm saying? So I like Jared Anderson against Jerry Forrest. If Jared Anderson can go in there and just destroy Jerry Forrest, it would say a lot. I think Jared Anderson is good. He's very, very good. I just I think the defense, he could work on that a little bit. Oh, yo, since we're talking about it, somebody actually sent me a comment, or maybe it was a private message on Instagram, asking me how I felt about Jared Anderson and his comments on Dillian White. All right. When Dillian fought and won against Franklin, and he's been getting a lot of criticism for the performance because it wasn't a great performance. All right. It was a very competitive fight. It was a very close fight, a fight that many people believe that Franklin won the fight. Yeah, I see Usyk in the corner. Yeah, I seen him. What do I think of Jared Anderson? Jared Anderson went to his social media, I think Twitter, and he said, "Feed me this bum next." And he had a photo of Dillian White in the tweet. All right? He had a photo of White. And what are my thoughts? I have no issues with this. You know why I don't have issues? Because, it's cool for certain fighters to be humble and respectful. I think people read it and be like, yo, what did this guy, Jared Anderson, do? What did he do? He hasn't done anything. I feel you. I understand that, right? But I don't have a problem with trash talking at all. Even when you're young and you're on the come up and you haven't accomplished and you haven't proved, you're not as proven as Dillian White. If he wants, I consider that to be a call out. And let them talk their shit. Let them do it. I have no problems with it. You know what I have problems with? I hate when guys talk and then when the opportunity comes to fight that fighter that you're talking about, you back out. You duck. When you're going around acting like a boogeyman, and then when those good fights come and you back out, that's when I have a problem. I have no problem with Anderson feeling his way. He's not the humble. He is a guy that is very highly confident in his skills. And he's very, listen, if you're confident, just show us. But you got to perform now because people are going to be coming. The first time you get, a tough fight, and it could be against Jerry Forrest because Jermaine Franklin had a tough fight against Jerry Forrest. If Jerry Forrest is going to be that guy you go the distance with and he kind of exposes some of your flaws, people are going to talk shit about you. So he has to be ready for that. There's a lot that comes along with talking trash. All right, but now we're watching Mindy and Barinchyk, and we're in the first round. And Barinchyk is coming out. He's starting kind of fast. Mindy's usually a really tough, rugged, come forward kind of fighter. He's taking a back foot approach here. He's trying to box. He's trying to counter Barinchyk as Barinchyk steps in with his flurries. He hasn't had much success yet. I mean, halfway through the first round, Barinchyk is having a better round. He's a Ukrainian fighter. You can see some of them similarities that we see with Usyk and Lomachenko as well. Has that bounce, and he looks for opportunity to step in, and he's using some angles here. So he's a pretty crafty boxer, and I think he's winning the round. Doesn't really look like he has much power, but Mindy is now starting to come forward a little bit, and he's not fighting on the back foot anymore. All right, but I'm still waiting to see him connect with something big. Hasn't really connected with anything big, and Barinchyk is looking like the smarter fighter here between the two this first round. 40 seconds left in the first round. So I guess Top Rank in their broadcast, now they have their names in the corner of the screen. So I guess for some of the undercards that's not a part of the main event, I guess they don't care to put their names there. I don't know. I think they should have it for every fight, but it is what it is. All right. Barinchyk is definitely in control this first round, though. This is definitely his round. We're closing out the first round here. 5 seconds to go. Mindy just looks awkward. He looks awkward. He looks like he doesn't have great balance. It looks like his legs are starting to go. He's up there in age. And he doesn't look like the fighter that I remember him being, back, when he was fighting Luke Campbell. It kind of reminds me of Hank Lundy when he fought his most recent fights, when he fought Jose Cepeda, even though Hank did well in that fight and Cepeda looked bad in that fight, in my opinion, Hank Lundy just didn't have great balance. His legs were like shaky throughout the fight. And it kind of reminds me of how Mindy looks right now. Mindy doesn't look like he has the greatest legs underneath him. And all that bouncing and moving that Barinchyk is doing right now is throwing him off a little bit. Modern King Boxer says Anderson wants to test his grip with an experienced heavyweight. That's a good look, I think. I think so, too. I think he's doing exactly what he should be doing. I don't think anyone should be offended unless you are a fighter that is, like you're constantly talking trash about fighters that are more accomplished than you, but you're not proving it what you can do in the ring. And you're not like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're just talking just to talk, and there's plenty of fighters that's out there that does it. So I look at it as a challenge, and him calling Dillian White a bum. Listen, if that's the way he feels, that's cool. All right. But just make sure that when you step up, you take care of business like the way Dillian did when he was in his prime taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk trash and then end up just getting exposed. But regardless, it's always going to be better for you, because people are going to watch you and pay attention to you once they start hating you. Once you start being a fighter that talks a lot of trash, you'd be surprised how many boxing fans look to watch your fights in the hopes that you lose the fight or at least get exposed a little bit, you know? And Jared Anderson, so far, he's young. He's only like 22 years old. Very flashy, had some crazy ring walks. He's called out all kind of fighters. He's talked about a lot of fighters, and he thinks he can beat a lot of these fighters. There's nothing wrong with him being confident in himself. You know, and he's a little bit, he's arrogant. You know, he's arrogant, but yo, at the end of the day, as long as you take care of business in the ring, I don't really care. You know, you can say whatever you want. Like Shakur Stevenson talks a lot, but he backs it up every time. I'm waiting to see if Jared Anderson can do the same. You know, we'll see. It'll take some time, but we'll see. So we're in the second round here. 50 seconds left on the clock, and not seeing much different. You know, I mean, to be honest, Baranchyk is, you know, he's a solid boxer. But you can clearly see he's not like much of a puncher, you know? And I don't think he has the pure athleticism as some of his other Ukrainian fighters like a Vozdik or Usyk or Lomachenko or even a Deverenchenko. You know, like I see bits and pieces of those guys in his style, but he doesn't seem to have the athleticism overall or even the technique as those guys. But you see it there, you know. But those other fighters, you know, I'm not seeing that here. I'm seeing like a solid guy. He is winning the fight. But I see Mendy turning up a different gear. If he's able to start really pressing him, I can see Baranchyk having some trouble later. I just don't know at 37-year-old Ivan Mendy is able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Stormy says a huge ring tonight. Huh? Lots of space. I don't think it would really matter. You know, it doesn't really matter because I think that Fury can win in a close range battle as well. You know? Randy says, "What's good, Wade? What are your picks for tonight?" I got Fury by like maybe a 5th round stoppage, and I got Chocolatito winning by. Oh, Ivan Mendy landed a good right hand, backs up Baranchyk in the 3rd round, right in the beginning of the 3rd round, caught him with a good right hand. All right. Yeah, I have Chocolatito winning a split decision win. All right. Not confident in that pick though. All right. So don't hold it against me if I'm wrong, because I'm not confident. I'm very, very 50-50. And nothing would really surprise me, you know, especially after the outcome of the rematch. I definitely think Roman Gonzalez won the rematch. But you know, I wasn't mad at the decision because it was a very close fight. Damn, I'm in the mood for some pizza. I should have ordered a pie or something before I went live. I'm just like feeding pizza right now. I know that's super random, but see, Mindy. Mindy caught him in another right hand. Might have been partially blocked, but the power behind it definitely backed Baranchyk up again. And then we can see now that he landed 2 in this round alone, you can see what he's going for here. You know, I just think that he might need to let his hands go a little bit more. You know, I think that is definitely a shot. I believe that shot was like, I think it was like a pull counter, and he caught him with a right hand. But I think he needs to do a little bit more. Like I like him make it a little bit more physical. You know, Baranchik doesn't seem like a guy that's really like strong. So Mendy needs to start pushing the pace a little bit because he's capable of doing it. I don't know if he's capable of doing it at 37, but we'll see. But I'm seeing that he's being a little bit more aggressive here. You know, I'm not sure if he's winning the round to the judges, but he's having a better round here as compared to the first two. Yeah, Mendy is going to have to work. He can't. He's not going to win the fight just looking for one big shot. He's going to have to work, and he should go to body. Go to the body a little bit more. Third round, close round, better round for Mendy. I don't know if they're giving him the round. He landed the two best shots in the round, in my opinion. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to win the round. He didn't do anything outside of that. I mean, he messed up my parlay once he was the only one who lost out of four. Oh, they showed the interview with Fury. He's saying that he would like for it to be over in 5-6 rounds. I think 5 is cool. That's where I'm going. That's the number that I'm thinking. You know, if it's just so it does get knocked out in 5 rounds, you know, I don't know what else he's planning to do. Like I don't know how long he's gonna stick around. Um, but you don't want to be around to be that guy that the younger folks is looking to step up and be. You could be, um, and I think he could expose some of these guys. You know, I was talking the other day about Fab Wardley, and I love the fight with him and Wardley. And the Wardley Gorman fight was definitely my favorite fight last weekend. I mean, as short as it was, favorite fight of the weekend, hands down. You know, I would say uh was this guy Pearl Gray and Zepeda was my second, but Wardley still has some huge defensive flaws. And I know he put a beating on Gorman, but before he put a beating on Gorman, he was getting beat up. You know, and then he turned it into a war, which went in his favor. But you know, let's just say like a guy like Chisora were to fight like Fabio Wardley. You know, I don't know if that would, I don't know if they have a relationship. I don't know if that would ever happen. But if it did happen, those are more the fights where I say like it's a dangerous fight for Wardley. Yeah, I think Wardley can box and possibly hurt Chisora. But I also think that Chisora can catch him with a good shot and end him as well. You just never know. So there are still a lot of fights that I think Chisora should still be involved in. Zhang, he's called out Zhang. He wanted the Zhang fight. He wanted Zhang. He thought Zhang beat Hrgovic. That's a good fight still. You know, Hrgovic is still a good fight, you know. Hrgovic is another guy like Janovic that recently looked, you know, like a boogeyman, looked like the Terminator and everything. And then his last performance just wasn't a good performance, you know. And I know he was coming off of, oh, that was such a weird fight. I don't know if you guys were here. Were you guys here? Do you guys remember doing me doing commentary for that fight? The Hrgovic Zhang fight was so strange because every time Hrgovic got hit with a big shot, he started to like walk off and look like he didn't want to fight anymore. You know, that was a strange fight. It kind of made Hrgovic. You gotta keep your eye on him because even though he won the fight, you're just not sure. You know, I want him to come back and look strong against somebody. I say that about Teofimo Lopez. You know, I said that about him. And, you know, I know a lot of you don't agree because I read the comments. I'm still not sold on Teofimo Lopez after the Lomachenko fight. I'm still not completely sold on him. I don't think he's all the way there, if you guys know what I'm saying. Like certain guys, that Kambosos loss, it was a great fight, by the way. It was one of the best fights of the year, by far. But that loss and some of the things that he said in interviews and some of the things that he's going on in his personal life, I'm still not sure about Teofimo Lopez. That's why I don't like the idea of him fighting Prograis right now. But there's a lot of people out there that believe that Teofimo Lopez can beat Regis Prograis. I've seen the comments right now. I don't think anybody at 135 has shown me that they can beat Regis Prograis at 140. No one has done anything at 135, even with the win against Loma. I don't believe that these guys have proven to me that they can beat Regis Prograis. Samo, what's up with you, man? What's good? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I seen your comment about the Josh Kelly fight. Josh Kelly, I think it was you that sent me the comment. The Josh Kelly fight. Now I wasn't able to do a breakdown for you guys in time. I didn't have enough time to jump on. I was going to try to jump on yesterday during the day and do a quick one, but you know those UK fights start so early, so I just didn't get it out in enough time. But I think Simone asked me in the DM. A couple people asked me what were my thoughts on the fight, and I figured that Josh Kelly was going to win. You know, that was my pick. I wish I had it on video, but it was you and somebody else that left a comment asking me what my prediction was for the fight, and I thought Josh Kelly was going to pull it off. You know, Troy Williamson. You know, I think people were looking at Troy, thinking of all of the flaws that Josh Kelly had, and not really looking at what Josh Kelly is capable of. And I know he had a tough loss against David Avenesian. And I know that he had a very, very debatable win or draw or whatever against Ray Robinson. But Ray Robinson and David Avenesian for sure are a lot more tough than Troy Williamson. Troy, very, very slow starter. Yes, he has some power. Yes, he has heart. But he just doesn't have the skill to be in there. And he just doesn't have physically. I just don't think we can do what David Avenesian was able to do. You know, David is a much better fighter. He's levels above Troy Williamson. And everything that people thought that Kelly, you know, any way that people thought Kelly was going to lose, like most people were saying, Kelly is going to gas and Troy is going to take over the fight. And I think that was the general view of the fight. Kelly's going to start off fast. He's going to burn out, and Troy is going to take over in the second half. I was thinking that, but I said even if Troy is to pick up some steam late, I just don't think he has the ability to beat Josh. You know, David Avenesian way more proven. He's knocked out like last five. You know, I was watching the Cartwright fight with Troy Williamson, and just seeing a guy at that level giving Troy so many issues, hurting him, dropping him, it just wasn't enough. You know, I wasn't convinced that Troy was good enough to win. Just wasn't. You know, Josh, I don't rate him that high, but he is a very skilled fighter. He is very skilled. I think he needs to definitely continue worrying on his cardio. I think the major thing is Josh needs to find a way to make an adjustment to where he's not fighting that really showboating type of style where his hands are down and he's just relying on his head movement and upper body movement to avoid punches. You know, there's a point where Josh needs to really, he's going to be in there. If he's going to stay at 154, whether he stays at 154, comes back down 147, he's going to have to fight fighters where he's got to have to be really defensively aware. Troy is just not that level, but at some point, he's going to fight another guy. So it was a good win, but it wasn't far from what I thought was going to happen, you know? No, Scott, I don't think Tank beats Pro Gray. Not at 140. Not at 140. See, the thing is with Tank is I think Tank can lose fights on points. I don't think Tank beats Pro Gray to a decision. Now, Pro Gray may not stop him, but I don't see Tank beating Pro Gray on points. And I don't see Tank knocking out Pro Gray neither. I like Pro Gray in that fight at 140. Now, if Tank could get any of these guys like Ryan, he's going to get Ryan down to 135. And I think that's trouble for anyone at 140. Leave Tank alone. Do not come down to 135. You know, I think Ryan's coming down to agree to 136. That's crazy. He's crazy for doing that. In the future, can you do a Warrington next fight breakdown? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I will do that. I think that fight is next week. I'll try to get that done. It's just so many fights next week that I got to do breakdowns for too. But I'm gonna try to get around to doing it. All right, and that's a very good fight. And I'm not sure yet who wins. Chisora, yes. Modern King, yes. Chisora looks very, very, very serious today. But it doesn't matter. He could be as serious as he wants to be. He's still fighting Tyson Fury at the end of the day. You know, I don't think he's any more motivated to win this fight than he has in other fights. You know, I think he comes motivated to win every single time he gets in the ring, including when he fought Joseph Parker, when he fought Usyk, you know, when he fought, Pulev. I think he's motivated for all of these fights, you know. So him coming in serious, I don't think that changes anything in this fight. Ronan says Kelly is not as athletic as he thinks he is. He's decent, but I don't see him winning a world title at 54. Absolutely not. Me neither. You know, it goes to both ways. You know, because I've read some of the comments in the fight because I didn't watch the fight live. I wanted to go on live and cover the fight, but I won't cover fights streaming fights. You know, because streams end up bad. Sometimes they die. Sometimes they cut off. And the last thing I would want to do is streaming a fight. Because we didn't have access to it here. They didn't even have it on like Fight TV. They didn't have it on nothing. You know, I mean, even if it was like a cheap pay-per-view, I would have bought it just to cover it. So I didn't watch it live, but I did watch the highlights. And to be honest, that win, it's a good win, right? I don't want to take anything away from Josh. But Josh has already fought at least two fighters that's better than Troy Williamson. You know? And I don't want people to overrate the win because people are talking like he's amazing, he's back, he looks good. No, Josh looked like Josh against that kind of opponent. I don't feel like he improved in that fight. I felt like he started out faster and he kept the pace going. I don't feel like he was better. I think he fought a guy that was slower, that was easy to hit, that's very stiff up top, and just couldn't get a rhythm going. You know, what has Troy Williams? I mean, before that fight, only fight I seen in the film was the Ted Cheeseman fight. And outside of that, you know, it was like, who else did he face? And you can't base Troy beating I know I know it's about styles, but there's nothing that I seen in Troy that made me feel like he had a chance of beating Josh Kelly. If Josh Kelly would have lost the fight, it's because of Josh Kelly losing the fight. He loses the fight. As far as talent, there's a huge talent gap between Josh and Troy. He is very athletic, but he's athletic. He's very athletic at this level. When David Avenesian walked him down, became physical, and that's the thing. Josh is not so good on the inside. I think he's very limited on the inside. Like, I don't think on the pocket. If he's in the pocket, you can tell. If you watch a Ray Robinson fight, if you watch the Avenesian fight, he's not that good in the pocket. He doesn't look that comfortable there. He gets bullied in the pocket, And I think a lot of people were banking on that, but not me. I didn't go for it. Simone says Josh Sealing European title and maybe a title challenger one day, but I don't see him now at possible champ at 154 or not. You got a lot of guys at 154. Who I can't imagine. And this is not a diss, man, because I like Josh, but I'm realistic too. He's fun to watch. I like to see him slip shots and show, but it's fun to watch. He's very quick. But Mindy's bringing a fight. I like nice right hand to the body lands for Mindy. Mindy 4 years ago would I beat up Barinchik. Mindy 4 years ago. This fight is only competitive because of the time that it's happening. Excuse me. 154. I can't even imagine. What are they showing right now? Oh, they're showing Usyk. Oh, they're doing an interview with Usyk. Hold on. Oh, they're talking about the current fight. They asked him, what does he think of his teammate on the fight?
He's responding to Coach Cole. You've been in with Chisora. You know how tough he is, or how tough he isn't. Can he upset Fury tonight?
Can he upset Fury?
And it's real. Derek punching very hard. Yeah, it's who trains. Derek have and opportunities. Yeah.
He's saying that like Chisora, you've been in there with Chisora. What do you think? Does he has a chance against Fury? And yeah, Chisora was able. I said this the other day when I did the breakdown. Chisora took advantage of his size against Usyk. Chisora brings in a lot of pressure, for sure, and a lot of intensity. But Fury is bigger, and he's longer and taller, and he's been in there with Chisora years ago. Like Chisora can't do to Tyson Fury what he did to Usyk. The only reason why that fight was as competitive as it was is because Chisora just did not respect his power. He wanted to bully the smaller man. He went in there throwing punches from all these angles that we normally don't even see him. He just went in there and made it a street fight. And that's what made it very competitive because Usyk at the time, just way smaller. He's never been in it. He's only been in there with one heavyweight at the time as a pro. And that's why that fight was as competitive. I just think Chisora's style it's not it for Fury. All right. This is the point I was saying. Josh Kelly, if he stays at 54, what happens if he were to fight Erickson Lubin, Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tszyu? Just imagine he fought those guys. Those guys, even a Tony Harrison. You think you're athletic and skilled, right? You think you got talent, and then you go in there with Tony Harrison. And being that Josh, that would be a complete boxing match. But you got a guy that's slick fighting another guy that's kind of slick in Josh Kelly, right? But what happens when, like, Tony loses from pressure, right? Tony has lost fights based on him fading in the later half of the fight. Same with Josh. What happens when you fight a guy that is slicker than you? You know what I'm saying? Defensively is better. What happens? Tony, much more better in the pocket, by the way. Let me add. What happens? I'm not sure what, again, Josh can continue getting better, but at 154, he can't fight those elite guys at 154. Just like one of you said, I think Simone said, his ceiling is I can't see him being a champion unless the belt becomes vacant. Like, I'm gonna add, because I thought about this the other day. What if he fought Patrick Teixeira? Right? What if he fought him? Do you think he beat Patrick Teixeira? Right? I know he lost. Let me pull up Patrick Chisora real quick. Let me pull him up real quick. All right. Chisora beat Carlos Adames. All right. Oh, he lost the last 3 fights, so maybe he's on the downhill right now. All right. But when he beat Carlos Adames and became the WBO champ, before he fought Castano, I would not bet on him beating Patrick Teixeira. All right. He's lost his last 2 against Magomed Karbonov, who's a good fighter as well. He got disqualified in a fight after Castano, so I don't know what that's about. It was an intentional rabbit punch. All right, but Castano beats him. I definitely cannot see Josh Kelly fighting Castano. That's suicide. I just, Ronan says Xander Zayas would beat him too. I agree with you, bro. These guys will all beat him. I don't even know if it's a good idea for him to stay at 154. Because at least at 147, you got a lot of talent there. It's tough there too, but at 154, you're fighting guys that's bigger, man. And some of them are really, really big. Some of those guys could really fight at 160 easily. It's not even like Josh Kelly was big at 147. He's not a big guy. Simone says his next fight will be Sergio Garcia. That's a good fight, but that's a fight he might lose. Sergio Garcia is not a walk in the park. Some people think Sergio Garcia beat Sebastian Fundora. He might really actually just be European level. He might actually be that. I can see him getting a vacant title championship. If he can land, if Jamel were to move up and they scatter the titles, maybe he'll get a championship there or something. But I just can't see him really being a real threat to anyone. Not at 154. Absolutely not. And even at 147, I don't think Josh Kelly beats Virgil Ortiz. He's not going to beat Errol Spence. He's not going to beat Boots Ennis. He's not going to even. I don't think Josh Kelly beats Conor Ben. I don't think he beat Conor Ben if they fought at 147. I know Conor Ben is in a lot of trouble right now, but that's what I'm saying. It's a good win. It's a solid win, but I don't want to get I don't want us to get out of hand with, the European title is a good title for sure, but not everybody that wins it proves that they're completely world level, but it is a good title. But Troy Williamson is unproven. He has not beaten anyone. You know.
In London tonight for the heavyweight championship, and then next week we are at Madison Square Garden. It is the annual top-ranked Heisman Trophy Night show featuring Teofimo Lopez.
I definitely think Tim Tszyu beats Josh Kelly. You know, he's powerful. He brings the pressure. He's too powerful. It's not an interesting fight. That's why I'm not really calling it. I'm watching it, but I'm not like, you know, it's not really an interesting fight really here. Ivan Mindy is clearly past his prime. It's not that good of a fight. And to be honest, this guy Barinchik, you know, these guys are fighting at they're fighting at lightweight. You know, and this guy Barinchik, this, you know, I mean, he's winning this fight, but I can't see him really competing against any of these guys neither. Once they dip him in the top 20 here, he's going to be in some trouble. No, he has a tough fight against Nakatani. I'll start with there. This performance with him here, I don't think he beats Nakatani. You know, I'll start out with there. I don't think he beats Nakatani. I don't think he beats Rolly Romero. You know, I don't think he beats Michelle Romero or Frank Martin. I don't think he beats these guys. I would like to see him against like a Javier Fortuna, maybe. That would be a good fight. That would be a solid fight for him. One of the tickets I actually got the Hall of Fame dinner earlier this year. I have a signed ticket from Fundor. I actually got him to sign my invitation card. I think I didn't have anything on me, and yeah, really tall kid. Definitely a weight bully. He's way too big. But listen, if he can make weight, he can make weight, you know. I get what people feel about that. I don't complain about it too much simply because, you know, if you can make weight, I have a problem with the fighters that don't make the weight. You know, but he's very, very tall and skinny. And it can be used, you know, to your advantage. It is what it is. You know. But I don't think he blows up in weight. I'm curious to know how much he weighs on fight night. Very curious to know. Oh, Ivan Mindy gets pushed down hard on his back. I don't know what the ref is saying to Mindy, but he seems to be giving Mindy more of a warning than Barinchik. Yeah, it wasn't a bad push. I guess the ref saw that. So the next fight, we got Daniel Dubois fighting Lerena, I think his name is. I expect Daniel. I mean, I saw the guy fight. He's good, but again, like I said earlier, I don't see how he can keep Daniel Dubois off of him, man. You got to be really durable to beat and to keep Dubois off you. You know what I'm saying? Let me look him up real quick. I heard something about him like cutting down in weight. Oh no, he's not cutting down in weight, but Daniel Dubois is just like, I think he said he's not lifting heavy weights anymore, which is good. You want to be loose. You know, you don't want to be like, you know, we used to say that about AJ a lot. You know, when AJ went in for Carlos tackle, oh my God, that's probably still to this day outside the Andy Ruiz fight, of course. I think the Carlos tackle fight was his worst performance in his career so far. You know, and even he got the stoppage. I don't even think that the stoppage was valid, but yeah, I don't know why these fighters are lifting the heavy weight. You know, there's other ways to gain strength without just lifting heavy. You know, especially as a boxer, you don't want to be stiff. You kind of want to be loose. Yeah, Lerena is. I mean, from what I've seen, watching just a little bit of those two fights, he can definitely box. I just don't see how he can keep Dubois off of him. You know, like Nathan Gorman can box. You just couldn't get him off him. You know, it took a guy like Joe Joyce to, you know, be a big, strong, really durable guy in order to be able to beat Dubois. You know, I don't know about Kevin Lerena. I don't know if he's going to be able to take that kind of punishment. You know, I don't see him. I don't see. You know, when I look up his resume, I ain't see him on there with any like real killers. You know, like you know, and I look at these guys and you know some of these guys, you know, some of a good portion of his career, he just recently became a heavyweight. He was fighting at cruiser the majority of his pro career. And you just don't want to you don't want to be fighting one of the most dangerous heavyweight punchers and you're a former cruiser. You know, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be Danny Dubois is gonna destroy him, I think. Marna Kane says, I'm gonna say it now. Dubois versus Lerena fight of the night. Yeah, I mean, of all today or of this card, I don't think it's gonna be fight of the night because I think Chocolatito and Estrada is gonna be fight of the night. But on this card, yeah, it might be the best on this card because we're really not getting much. You know, look at what we got right here. You know, and we know that Tyson Fury is gonna stop Chisora, so that's not saying much. Yeah, I see them. I see them there in the Yelp row. I see them. I see Anthony Yard and Tundi chilling. Yeah, I see them. You know what? I did see Better BF earlier, but I didn't realize it was him. I seen him there though. I did see him earlier, and I saw. I'm like, is that Better BF? I see that he's there. That's so random too, right? Is that him though? For sure. Is that really him? He has like a hoodie on or something, right? I saw him earlier with the corner of my eye. I'm like, that looks like Better Be It, but I didn't think it would be him. You know, they're. You know when they made me know that they are protecting Dubois a little bit because when the WBA ranked Dinu high, like the way they did for no reason at all, it made me like wonder like what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Because Dinu has never did anything really, like you know. It just didn't make any sense to me, you know. So it makes me like, what kind of strings are they pulling in the background? Are they, you know, how you know the sanctioning bodies are? It's the same with Hami Munguia. You know, I mean, this guy was sitting at 160. He was a champion at 154. Moves at 160. I mean, it didn't take him long to be ranked high in the sanctioning bodies, WBO, I think the WBC. And this guy literally just kept fighting journeyman. He's still fighting journeyman. I mean, he just turned down a Janibek fight. You know, they tried to order that fight, and he turned that down. You know, so I think with Dubois, I think is they're just protecting and holding him off for another big fight. And you know, I'm not sure if they really planned on him losing the Joyce like that. You know, I think they were really, I just feel like Queensberry really was going for Joe Joyce to be a guy to lose to Daniel Dubois, you know, and put Dubois in a position to fight like an AJ or whoever. But after he took that loss, I think that kind of messed up some of their plans, spoiled some of their plans. And you know, how do you get the WBA interim title by being Bogdan? I just found an article, and I'm right. How do you get an interim title by beating Bogdan Dinu? Like, where the hell did that come from? You know, that's kind of weird. But you know what? I love a good upset, man. And if this guy Lerena can come out and do something here, that'd be cool. You know, I like Dubois. He's cool, but I'm not like a huge fan of him or anything like that, you know. Dubois doesn't have any personality. I know a lot of fighters don't. Like I know Terrence Crawford ain't the most, you know. I mean, up until this past month, he hasn't really shown much of his personality neither in interviews. But it's like Daniel Dubois just looks awkward whenever a camera's on him. I don't know what's up with that, but yo, it's awkward. Like his facial expressions, it just he doesn't seem to really be into it, you know. And I don't have a problem with it, but it's hard to like him, you know. And then in the ring, he's good, you know. But oh, big nice right hand from Barinchik closing out this last 12th round. Barinchik is going to take this decision win, clear decision win. All right, he's fighting this 12th round like he's down big. But yeah, but I don't know. Dubois just doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't do it for me. You know. What's up, Senor De Niro? Says my guy. How you been? I'm tuning in with you. What time does the fight start? Well, the Fury and Chisora fight will probably start like maybe I don't know, like in another hour or so. Daniel Dubois is fighting next. So I'm not expecting Fury and Chisora to come out to probably like 4:30 p.m. Eastern, right? Which would be 9:30 for the UK. All right, but yeah, we just hanging out. We're just waiting. Dubois, Lerena next, and then we'll get the main event. And then later, I'll be back. I'll be back live again later on. Ronan, that's a good comment, and I agree with you. You know, Ronan Simmons said, "I don't understand Dubois' matchmaking. He could still be a top heavyweight, but he doesn't seem to be having the right learning fights." And I agree. I don't think these fights have really been making him better. I feel like they've been making him more experienced. But after he lost to Joe Joyce, I was looking to see if I can see like, you know, things different. And, you know, it's just the 1-2. Like he really doesn't have much outside of that. I think he has a solid left hook. You know, I think he has a big right hand. But I don't see much outside of that. It's more like the same thing over and over again. You know, and I know sounds like unanimous. 116, 112, 117. Baranchik. Yeah, Ivan Mindy is he's definitely a little past it. Ivan Mindy is reacting as if he got robbed. Yeah, come on, bro. You didn't get robbed. Later on is Chocolatito against Estrada 3. So I'll be back later for that too. Yeah, I mean Dubois. When he lost that fight, I didn't feel like I've seen much improvement since he lost that fight. I've seen his fights, and you know he's good, but once he starts fighting someone that's really skilled, I think he kind of gets exposed again. Like I think AJ destroys Dubois. I mean, he has a crazy puncher's chance against anyone, but I think Dubois gets beaten by some guys. But I do think he beats some guys. You know who think Dubois would have a hard fight against? And I've thought of this a few times, and I've said this probably on camera. I think Otto Wallin would give him a very, very difficult fight. Otto Wallin would especially in the earlier rounds would box well against Dubois. That would be a very good fight. I'm not saying he would win. I don't know who would win, but that would be a good fight for Dubois. That's someone that's got, that's skillful, and he's just not going to be standing there waiting to get clubbed in the head with right hands. Otto Wallin is a guy that I want to see Dubois fight. Um, I said Jerry Forrest earlier. I feel that with Jerry Forrest and Jonathan Rice. I think those are guys that's, you know what I'm saying? That those are the guys that he should be facing if he is gonna be taking tests. I would love to see him fight Fabio Wardley. I think that fight can happen right now. You know, I would love to see him fight Hergovic. That fight could happen right now. That's another fight. That's a tough fight for him. Not too sure who would win. I think he loses to Frank Sanchez. I think Frank Sanchez schools him. Um, these are fights that I think he can possibly lose, but I think he can win some of them too. Yeah, I don't think the majority of these fights, I don't think he's really learning from a lot of these fights. He's definitely getting experience, and I like the fact that Frank is constantly giving him in the ring. He's not letting him just sit around. I wouldn't want him to take a fight against like a Lucas Brown. I know Lucas Brown, knocked out Junior Fa and everything, but let's be real. Like Junior Fa really don't have much anything going on outside of being a rival of Joseph Parker. Like his resume or his name overall is based on the fact that he's beaten Joseph Parker in the amateurs. Oh, they're doing a face-off between Yard and Better BF right now. They're both in the ring. Yo, I can't wait for this fight. Yo, I'm so hyped about this fight. I am very happy. I'm very excited for this fight. I can't wait for this fight. I'm definitely not missing this fight. I can't wait for this fight. This is an intense face-off. They're still staring. They're pretty close. Yard was in New York, and they got to do it again. They pulled them apart, but then they tell them they got to do it again at a different angle. Yo, I can't wait for this fight. I cannot wait for this fight, man. I'm ready. This fight is a big fight for me. I don't know about y'all, but this is one of those ones. I always enjoy watching Anthony Yard. I like Anthony Yard a lot. He's just cool, man. He's cool. He's fun to watch. But he's fought a lot of trash guys. But I think this fight is going to be it's going to be so good compared to Beterbiev and Joe Smith and Marcus Brown. I think that fight is gonna be good. I can't wait. I don't even care who wins. I just want to get a good fight. I think this fight, that's gonna be a good fight. I'm not missing that for the world.
And he will have that opportunity against Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, the WBC and lineal heavyweight champion.
Yeah, Dubois does talk a lot about his sparring stories. That's true.
That was a right uppercut, by the
You
way,
know,
a punch that Chisora has gone down.
That's a punch we're going to see tonight early.
Simone said Arthur's a scary dude. Looks like a James Bond villain. Yeah. Ill Stats Boxing says, nice knowing you, Anthony Yard. Yo, no one's getting Yard a chance at all. I don't know if he wins, but he probably is not gonna win. But I think he has a better chance the last couple opponents for better BF, to be honest. I actually like his chances of winning more than anyone since Volsdick. You know, I like his chances. I like the styles in this one. Why does Yard always have the Kango? I don't know. He likes Kango hats. Excuse me. All right, so Daniel Dubois is up next. We're just waiting for that. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a water. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. All right, so I forgot that I have a Hennessy Coquito. One of my favorite holiday drinks. Usually get some around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Kevin Lerena is getting ready to do his ring walk right now. He's a WBA number 12 ranked heavyweight. Only has one loss. And it was years ago. I didn't even bother to look it up. It was a while ago. He's basically coming out to the Drago music from Rocky 4. I think y'all sleeping on Yard. I think Yard definitely beat Smith. I think Yard beats Smith. I don't know if Yard would have beaten Marcus Brown though. I think Yard beat Smith. I think Brown would have been a hard fight for him. You know, but I like what Yard is doing. You know, in his last 2 fights, I liked him in the what's his name? I always forget his name. Yard's last opponent, not last opponent, but Koikov is his last opponent, and that was basically a tune-up. That was just like a couple weeks ago. Lyndon Arthur. I like the pressure he brought on Arthur. I think he should have fought the first fight that way. All right, but I like the upgrade in defense in that Koikov fight, and I know that guy is a journeyman. I know he never really beaten anyone, but I like Yard's chances against Joe Smith. I don't think he would have stopped Joe Smith though. You know, I'm still leaning towards better BF though. I am, but I think Yard has a better chance than what people were giving him, especially at this point in better PFG. I know he looked great against Joe Smith Jr., but it's just, I think you got to look at the styles. You got to look at the matchup. You got to look at what Smith was doing all wrong, you know? It's like Smith's style was all wrong for better BF. You know, I've never seen like a mismatch as far as styles is concerned. Like, you know, the reason why we were all hyped about the fight was because they both have power. Joe Smith's power is ridiculous, but he didn't have the boxing ability to go with it, and we saw that with Callum Johnson. The same thing, a big puncher that did not have the skills and the athleticism. Yard, you have the power, you have, you know, the athleticism, the explosiveness. You have a little bit of that. And I think he brings a better, you know, I think he's a better defender than Joe Smith. I don't think he's as good of a defender as Marcus Brown. But I think that Yard is a lot more complete than the other two. And that's why I think it's going to be a better fight than people are expecting. And when it comes to toughness, I know he got stopped by Kovalev. I think a lot of that had to do with exhaustion. He looked extremely gassed. He doesn't look like a guy that's chinny or even close to it. Even in that fight. Now, I know Better BF, especially right now, is just more destructive. And anybody that's been in there and got hit by Better BF too much, they're going to get stopped. I mean, Better BF top 5, maybe even top 3 as far as power in all of the sport. His power, I would say, the top 5 punchers in the sport right now, in whatever order, is Wilder, in whatever order. This is not in order. Inoue, Better BF, probably Mel Charlo, and that's at least 4 of my 5. Yeah, I can't think of a 5th right now. As far as just power, like, yeah, I'll probably go with those 5. Oh, Tank. Yeah, Tank. Yo, Tank's power is crazy. I think I might have said this before, but yeah, Tank. I have Tank up there too. And that's pound for pound. I mean, straight KO artists. There's a lot of guys that'll stop you. Errol, I don't put Errol in that category because I don't think Errol is a guy that beats you down, wears you down. And there's some guys that got, like, You know, I think Errol, I don't think he's top 5 when it comes to power. Jamel puts people to sleep. Errol beats you down badly. He punishes you. It's a difference. He outworks you and he punishes you until you just can't take enough and you go down. You know, I don't think Errol is just like one punch kind of KO knockout power. You know, all these other guys, they might be down, they might be losing, and then out of nowhere, they hit you with a punch and it's over. How many reactions have I done with Tank or Wilder or Better BF, and you're watching a fight, and then before you know it, the fight's done? You know, Inoue is crazy. This dude will be like standing there and he hit you with one punch, and the fight's over. It's over, just like that. It's done. That's it, no more. All right, round 1. Lerena looks way bigger than I guess where he was at cruiserweight. I don't know how he weighed in at. I forgot what he weighed in at, but he looks stocky. He's short though. Looks very stocky. And he's a southpaw, guys. So we're in round 1. We see Danny Dubois coming out. He's working a jab here. He's fighting with a little cautious. Just a battle of jabs so far. A lot of distance between the two fighters so far. I'm just going to wait and see how long it takes for Danny Dubois to just start going right hand crazy. Danny Joe's a 1-2, blocked by Lerena, I'm sorry. One, 2 from Lerena. Misses its mark. A lot of feints. A lot of probing between both. Has Daniel Dubois been in there with any southpaws? Nice right hand lands to the body from Dubois. I'm going to have to look that up. Oh, whoa! Lerena hurt Dubois. Dubois is down. Yo! Oh, shit. Oh, I think my man in the comments is right. Where'd he go? I think Monard King said this. Dubois down again. He's hurt bad. Oh, why did I put money on this shit? Dubois hurt really, really bad. In the first round. I think he hurt him to the body. Oh, man. I didn't see the shot. Oh, I didn't see the shot, y'all. I didn't see it. It happened so fast. He's still hurt. No, Dubois just threw a punch and he's hurt. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, y'all. Yo, they rung the bell early. It was 8 seconds left. Oh, and something's wrong, y'all. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I didn't see the shot, yo. Just give me a minute. I didn't see the shot. It's 3 knockdowns. Yeah, Monard King called it. What's up, Airsofter? What's up, Brooklyn? Yo, I don't know what happened. They're talking to Tyson Fury right now. Yo, show what happened. They're not showing what happened. I don't know what happened. Damn, why are they doing this? ESPN got to step it up, yo. They got to step this up. They're interviewing Fury, and they don't even have the sound on. All right, we're in round 2. Daniel Dubois, listen, let me just say, the third time he went down from throwing a punch. I don't know if he's injured. He got dropped 3 times in the first round. I didn't see the punch. If anybody saw the punch, let me know. I didn't see the punch. Yeah, but he's getting hunted down by Lerena. Lerena went to the body again with a jab, and Dubois leaned over again. Yeah. Wow, this is crazy, man. Somebody out there is going to make a lot of money today because Dubois is a heavy favorite for this fight. Damn, I wish I just like put like $20 or something in there. Daniel is fighting on his back foot and moving laterally and using a jab. Oh, he got caught with a big left hand just now. Lerena is just walking him down. I said earlier he looked very, very confident in the weigh-in. I guess this is why. He's walking Dubois down and bullying him right now. The smaller guy. Lerena gotta have to be careful though. You don't want to walk into a right hand. Daniel's already fighting in survival mode right now. Wow. Yo, this is boxing, man. Oh, man, halfway through the second. So no knockdowns and anything like that. I'm still trying to see what happened. I want to know what happened in that first round because I just didn't see the punch. And Dubois is moving in he just threw a jab and his legs look, something's wrong. I don't know if he's still hurt from the punch, but the way he's moving, his legs are not steady still, all right? Even though he's been able to survive, he doesn't look right. I don't know what it is, and as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know, but Daniel Dubois does not look right, and he's getting walked down. Lerena hasn't thrown many punches this round, though. There's 40 seconds left in the second, and he's just waiting. I think he's just waiting to counter Dubois. I don't know what's going on. But Dubois is not taking advantage of the fact that Lerena is not throwing much here. I think he's still trying to recover, or I don't know what he's looking to do here. But he's not going forward at all. Dubois is still fighting on his back foot, even though Lerena's not even throwing any punches. Nice uppercut from Dubois and jab. Wow, nice combination. And now Lerena is on the ropes. This is killing me not knowing. I would hope that I really hope that they can go back and show us some footage from that first round. You know? What do you guys think? Ross said, told you don't sleep on Kevin. Monitor says Lerena has power in both hands. Crazy. Icky-san says mystic punch. Scott says, I think it's the left side of his body that's hurting. Not sure. Yeah, I think so too. Transfer says that double D can get through to the fourth round. Maybe he'll come back. I mean, he had a good second round. Theum says his equilibrium is off. Abudi says shot in the back of the head, maybe. Jack says, I think his leg is injured. I think his leg is injured. I do believe that. I think something on his lower, maybe in waist area, or his leg is injured because of the way he moved. What's up, the Awoken one? All right, round 3. I gave Daniel Dubois the second. I think the second. Lerena came out with some pressure, but he took like the last 2 minutes of the round off. Daniel Dubois landed some good shots, landed a nice uppercut, landed a nice combination. But close round second. But we're in the third, and Daniel Dubois is bouncing. He is not coming forward. He's fighting with a lot of caution right now. I'm still curious to see what's going on with him. All right, but you never know. We'll see what happens from here. Lerena has to step it up, though. You don't want him to get his groove back. And whatever pain he's feeling, you don't want him to kind of like Yeah, he's getting a nice little groove back, and Lerena is allowing that to happen. You don't want him to fully recover. We don't know the extent of the injury, but we want to, Lerena needs to step it up. He's not throwing enough punches now. Lorena's pushing for another left hand, but he's starting to bleed from his nose now. His nose might be broken. Danny Dubois has been landing the jab. He just landed on 1-2 halfway through the third round, and Lerena hasn't thrown anything yet, really. Danny Dubois is actually fighting pretty well, pretty solid on his back foot. And he's letting Lerena, oh, nice right hand to the body. Dubois starting to open up now, but he's still fighting with caution. He's not fighting reckless here. Another jab landed by Dubois. Lerena, I don't know what happened. He just stopped fighting. Right? He lands a jab to the body, but I don't know what happened. This is not the guy that was in the first round. He started, oh! Danny Dubois landed a straight right hand and drops Lerena, and Lerena looks hurt. Dude, this fight is weird. This is a weird fight. Dubois is looking to finish him off. Lorena's hurt bad. Dubois is trying to finish him off. In the third round, 20 seconds left. Let's see if Lerena survives. This is one really strange fight. Lerena looks off. He's out of it. But he's still up. Another right hand from Dubois. 10 seconds left. He jab. Right hand to the body. Lorena's on the ropes. He's trying to fight back. 5 seconds. Dubois took a left hand. Oh, uppercut. Oh. Ref jumps in and stops it on the 0. That's it. Ref stops the fight. Lerena, it's over. It's over. It's over. He stops it. Lerena needs help walking back to his corner. I'm not mad at the stoppage. I'm just mad at the performance of a guy that could have got Daniel Dubois out of there. This is a very, that is a very strange fight. I got to hear Daniel Dubois interview. That was crazy. I still don't know exactly what the hell hurt this dude. Daniel Dubois came back and stopped Lerena. He came back and stopped him. Listen, let me tell you something. That was a very entertaining fight, but Lerena just stopped throwing punches after the first round. Very, very strange to me. That's all I got to say. Lerena landed. Oh, okay. Lerena landed a right to the body. And I saw the right. I'm talking about the first knockdown. They're showing all three. The second knockdown, Lerena landed a left hand up top. But the first round, the first knockdown, Lerena landed a right hook. Dubois stepped back and his legs just turned noodle and he fell down. So I do believe that Dubois got hit with a shot in his lower body and that just threw him off. But I just don't like the fact that Lerena completely stopped throwing punches outside of a few that he threw in the beginning of the second round. He just stopped fighting. The third round, we got nothing from him. Nothing at all. All right. Fun fight, though. It was a fun fight. A lot of drama for 3 rounds. You saw Danny Dubois. I mean, even at that last exchange, Lerena landed a left hook that kind of rocked Dubois a little bit there. It's a strange fight. This is a strange fight. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know what ESPN is saying because I have it low. You guys, I think you guys think I'm behind. The fight ended a little while ago. It's just I'm just going back and telling you what I saw from the replays. I want to hear Danny Dubois and hear exactly what hurt him. I mean, I don't see Lerena looks fine. Like he doesn't look like he's, pissed. He's showing support to Daniel. He's showing support. I think Lerena just looked like he happy that he at least like dropped him and stuff. He's not disputing anything. But it just I don't know how you have a guy. Yo, Dubois wasn't even that hurt during Joyce. Right? He had the eye injury and he kept fighting. Right? Until he gave up eventually. Joyce didn't have Dubois that hurt. You know, Dubois was hurt early and he kept falling down. It reminded me of like AJ and Ruiz. He just kept falling down in the third round. And then, this guy just took his foot off the gas. Man. How do you do that into a top level fighter like that? You had an opportunity to cause a huge upset and you just stop throwing punches. I don't know. Very entertaining fight though. Modern called it as far as it being fighting tonight. I mean, that was definitely the best fight that I've seen on this card so far. No interview from Daniel Dubois right now, but I definitely would love to hear his press conference, the post fight press conference. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. After that performance, everybody's gonna be looking to fight Danny Dubois. He is gonna get hunted down. Everybody's gonna be calling him out. Just like how we were talking about Dillian White last week and Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson is probably on Twitter right now calling this guy out. Les says the conspiracies already started on Twitter. I'm telling you, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist channel. But that was a very strange fight. Just because of the way that a fighter can have you down 3 times in one round and literally stop throwing punches. Now, I understand, like, if Dubois catch you with a huge fight to turn the fight around, that's one thing. But you're just not even throwing punches. You came out in the second round. You're throwing punches. You start them where you left off. And then after 30, 40 seconds in a round, you just stop throwing punches in a fight where you're a huge underdog? That was just weird, man. I don't know, man. So I'm not surprised. If there are conspiracies out there, I'm not surprised at all. What's up, Ron Boy? Ronnie Boy's in the building. Yeah, Anderson is in his Twitter right now. Like, yo, somebody feed me this bump. Jared Anderson, a lot of people is going to be on him, and that's how it happens, yo. That's what happens. What did I just say to you before the fight started? I said, who did I name? Otto Wallin is going to give him a good fight. I said, Frank Sanchez definitely beat him, because I just haven't seen improvements yet. I was speaking on Derek Chisora, like even that fight. I was speaking on him. Who else did I name? I said Philip Hergovic. Who else did I name? I named Fabio Wardley. those are all good fights. I even said Jonathan Rice. I wouldn't mind seeing Jonathan Rice against Daniel Dubois. They're probably going to try that now because these guys are going to be hunting them down. That's what happened. It's like Hrgovic. Hrgovic was fine. He was chilling. He was the boogeyman. He had 8 people duck him. And then when he went in there with Zane and looked that poor, everybody was looking like, I'll fight him. That's how it is. You know? See, it says they're doing an interview with David Hay. Okay, yeah. So I don't know. I resetted my thing. I think it's just ahead. They're showing like old fights against like they're showing a whole like they're showing all these older fights, British fights right now. But I would definitely like to hear it from Danny Dubois exactly what happened. What hurt him? Was it the body shot? You know what I'm saying? Was it his legs? Did he have an injury? Hrgovic said, Ron Boy said, Hrgovic cleared out a whole division without even fighting. That's pretty funny. Exponer says, boxing is corrupt. Dubois hit him after the bell like twice. Yeah, well, I think the worst part of it is that the bell went off earlier than the timing that was on the screen. So there was a few. No, I'm sorry. No, the bell. I'm thinking of the first round. The first round, they rung the bell when there was 8 seconds on the clock. Still, that I definitely noticed. Thoughts on a Jogba against Rivas? I really like the fight. I was tweeting about it the other day. I thought Rivas was Bridgerweight. You know whatever happened with that? No complaints from me because I like Rivas even as a heavyweight. I was just kind of surprised he took that fight. But it's a very good fight. A Jogba, I think that's a very like even type of fight. Like, you know, that's a very I can see both winning, you know. I think a Jogba is, you know, he's tall, he has huge power, but you know, he has his flaws. He's kind of stiff still. You know, he's making some improvements, but he's moving slow. Rivas, high guard, short, very powerful, big hooker. You know, if he can get in range, he could do some damage to a Jogba. That's a very, very good fight. That's a 50-50 fight. I like that fight, you know. Both come to fight, and I think it's going to be a good fight. 30 Red says, and thank you for the donation. He says, kind of sad, though. It's like tigers looking for kittens. I mean, that's how it is, man. That's how the sport is. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. Soccer says, a little bummed out. USA lost to the Netherlands. Yeah, I know. I didn't watch the game, but people were texting me about it. You know, it is what it is. You know, I wasn't expecting the USA to go too far, to be honest. Ryan Boyce, thank you for the donation, bro. He says, I need Top Rank to announce Anderson versus Dubois after Heisman night. Slim. Yo, I mean, would Danny Dubois take that fight? You know, would Frank Warren want him in the ring with Anderson? I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, I think Danny Dubois is ranked so highly with the WBA that he's not going to put him in there unless it's with someone with a huge name or someone that's going to give him a championship shot. You know, and thanks again, my brother. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Appreciate it. We do need a U.S. heavyweight champ again. Yeah, I would like Jared Anderson to be that guy. But I'm, I still need to see a little bit more. I don't think he's heavyweight championship level, but there's some potential there. Definitely potential. I mean, I would like him. I mean, he's my favorite of the newer guys, but there's still a lot of people out there like that I still feel that would beat him right now. You know, somebody asked me like some months back, like if Jared Anderson were to fight like a Frank Sanchez, I would think Frank Sanchez would be him. You know. But Jared is improving. He's only 22 years old. So I think right now the important thing to do for him is to work on his skills and just polish up his skills. Stormy says so. Stormy says Dubois is suspect. Lerena did something he wasn't brought into. Oops. Then the ref waved that ish off with a quickness. Dubois in the dressing room changing his underwear as we speak. Damn. Dubois is gonna have a rough week. They're gonna be gunning for him. I can only imagine what Twitter is going right now. Twitter is probably going crazy right now. I could only imagine. He's gonna have a rough week, man. He's gonna have a rough week. Everybody on the planet is gonna be calling this dude out. Everybody. They're gonna be calling him out. I don't know what it was, but he didn't look that unstoppable again. Nobody's gonna care anymore about them sparring stories, neither. Those are dead. So Tyson Fury against Derek Chisora 3 is up next. And it's kind of early. It's kind of early in the day. I like the fact that it's early. We could get this card going, and we don't have to I don't have to jump right into the card for later on tonight. Because yes, I will be here live again later on tonight to cover the Chocolatito Estrada trilogy. So I will be here. MAW, thank you. Appreciate it. And Transform says Dubois can make a good payday on this next fight if everyone calling him out. Yeah, but he could make a good payday, but who exactly does he fight? Who will it be? Leonard says, and thank you for the donation. He says, Dubois is officially WBA mandatory. Usyk's side is saying the WBA has written to the IBF that the WBA is next in line. Listen, man, I'm going to just say this, and I'm going to keep it very simple. I think it should be very simple. It should be very simple. We should get undisputed next. All right. These mandatories, if they have to step aside, try to get these guys to step aside. But Fury and Usyk should be fighting next. Now, if a mandatory is going to get enforced some kind of way, there's no reason why Daniel Dubois should be fighting for a title before Joe Joyce. All right. Joe Joyce just stopped him like a year or two ago, like a couple years ago. So if there's going to be a mandatory, it should be Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce stopped Joseph Parker. He stopped Daniel Dubois. There's no reason why Daniel Dubois should be even high. He shouldn't even be ranked this high right now. Like, who did he beat? At least Joyce, first to stop Parker, first to stop Dubois, took his L. I mean, took his O. Why is Dubois even in? His name shouldn't even be mentioned above a lot of other fighters right now to me. Like when you go down a list here, there's other fighters here that are more worthy of a championship fight. I just don't understand where he comes from out of all of this. Like how? How? Like they really pulling some strings here with Danny Dubois, and he's not going to be liked after today. You know, I mean, people got on him for losing the Joyce fight. You know, they say that he quit or whatever. You know, but people forgive. You know, whatever. I mean, I didn't get on him for that because listen, if you can't continue, you can't continue. I mean, he went a good portion of the fighting with the injury, so it is what it is. It's not like he did a Zach Parker. You know what I'm saying? Guys like, for example, when Kell Brook took the knee, it was time. You took enough punishment. You took punishment the previous fight. When he took the knee against Errol Spence, I got it. I didn't get on here like, oh, this guy quit. This guy went through it. It wasn't like the Zach Parker fight. But at the end of the day, Daniel Dubois has not done anything to be in the ring with Usyk or Fury or Joshua or Wilder or anybody. And he shouldn't be getting a shot before Joe Joyce. If anything, you should be fighting Joe Joyce for a rematch. And we know that's not going to happen. The Woke One says 100% way Joyce deserves a title shot before Triple D. And I like to see Triple D versus FA for Triple D next. I want to see Triple D against somebody that I just named. Let him be in there with someone, anyone. Because not for nothing, the Lerena, he didn't look bad. He looked good, but let's be honest, he stopped fighting after the second round. Or during the second round. He didn't even get through the second round. He fought for not even half the round, and he just stopped throwing punches. So I don't want to see that guy because he gave us a great first round and nothing more. Ron says, nah, Dubois had an orbital bone fracture. That's a real thing. Yeah, I understand that. But there was a lot of people saying, yo, he quit. Nah, it was a point where they were scared that he was going to be able to fight again. Leonard says, what do you think about Fury saying he does not want the IBF on the line? Don't want to pay the fees to them. Obviously still pissed about the IBF stripped him. Look, I've said this before on this channel, man. I want Undisputed. I think we all do. But that should not disrupt the fight from happening. If there's an issue with one sanctioning body, if there's one sanctioning body that's going to say, well, we're ordering you to fight this guy first, when there's three, like Usyk is currently in possession of 3 of the 4 major titles, and Fury is in possession of 1. If one of the sanctioning bodies or one of the fighters don't want to involve one of the sanctioning bodies, don't let that stop the fight from happening. Don't let that be the thing. Because at the end of the day, we know that Fury has already been unified before. We know that he is currently holding the WBC championship. He's the lineal champion. Yes, we want you to hold all 4 of them simultaneously. But that should not be the cause for the fight not happening. So if this is true, and Fury's going to stand by his decision to not pay the sanctioning fee for the IBF, that's his choice. All right. Now, technically, it won't be an undisputed fight, but we will all feel that it is. If Fury is to fight Usyk and beat him in his very next fight, he's going to get the props for being that guy. You already beat Wilder. You already beat Klitschko. If you beat Usyk too, you're the guy in this generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't fight AJ yet, but you fight 3 of the top dudes in this generation or the last. We're not going to care if you didn't want to pay IBF sanctioning fees. That's just my view on it. Yeah, Nue, I think he has orbital bone fractures too. But Ronnie said Fury's faking it. He might just be faking it. You never know with Fury because Fury's like bipolar. Whatever he says today, he'll say the total opposite tomorrow. He'll say the total opposite, the complete opposite tomorrow. So I really don't know. I mean, I'm not really concerned about it. I'm more concerned about the fight not happening. I'm not really concerned about one of the titles not being on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know, like Josh Taylor, for example. Josh Taylor, he's going to be fighting Jack Catterall. People are not caring about the titles being on the line. People care about the fight because people feel that you didn't win the fight. So being that people feel that Catterall got robbed, we care about the fight. Whether or not the titles or all 4 titles or 3 titles or whatever is on the line, that's irrelevant. We want undisputed, but we want a proven king of this generation. All these guys, we know that the Klitschko's was the previous kings, we know that Lennox Lewis was before them. But right now with Wilder, Fury, AJ and Usyk, their generation, their class, we want to know who's the best with those 4, Well, Les, I agree with you. I agree with you. But that can still happen. If Josh Taylor isn't going to move up to welterweight, because I know he's been talking about it for a while now. If he doesn't move up to welterweight, I think it's going to be time to revisit the Regis Prograis fight, if he doesn't move up. But if he does move up, then that's that, I think Catterall won too. I think Catterall won. I thought he won 7 rounds of 5. Like a clear 7 rounds of 5 for me. I thought he won 7 rounds of 5, and he also scored a knockdown. All right. Airsofter says if Fury does not call out Usyk today, he has no interest in Usyk. Fury will case AJ. Well, I think Usyk is going to be in the ring after the fight is over. All right. Usyk will be standing face to face against Tyson Fury in the ring tonight. They will probably announce it tonight. So. So yeah, we're still waiting for the Tyson Fury fight to start with Derek Chisora. What do you guys picking? Like, what's your pick? What are you guys picking? How do you guys have it? What round? Is there anyone here that honestly believes Chisora has a chance of winning this fight? And whatever pick you guys got, what round do you see it ending? Fury in 5. Yeah, my pick is Fury in 5. I'm picking Fury in 5. CMP says Chisora has a puncher's chance. Yeah, he has one. But I think Fury is shown to be, he's been hit by some of the biggest hitters in the heavyweight division. And I think he's going to be fine. I don't think that Chisora can just straight knock him out. But you never know. Chisora is a big puncher, and if he catches him. Fury has fought this fight twice already, I think Fury, I think Fury is actually gonna stun Chisora within the first 2 rounds. Not finish him off, but I think he's gonna hurt him early. Him Dion Boxing says something stupid happens tonight. Not an upset, but not an upset. So I almost put like some money in just off the both fighters get knocked down. All right. I almost placed that bet. Is it still available? I almost placed that bet because I was thinking like, what if Chisora just like catches him and catches him with the same shot that like Steve Cunningham dropped him with? You know, what if he's able to do it? I don't think he will, but what if he just randomly? Let me see. Can you still? What if he randomly catches him with a right hand and drops him? See, is it still here? I think, yeah, you can still. Yeah, something stupid like that. You know, like Fury's not going to lose the fight, but like, I was thinking about just put money on it. Just for the fun, just for the shits and giggles of it. Damn, where was it before? I think there was like one that said both fighters get knocked down. I can't find it. Yeah, it's still there. Maybe I'll put like $20. Yeah, so anyway, I was thinking the same. Maybe something stupid happens tonight. You know, I was also thinking like the Otto Wallin fight where like, you know, Fury got cut and, you know, the cut was worthy of a stoppage. You know, there was a bad enough cut to stop the fight. So I was thinking like, yo, what if Chisora just happens to like graze him with a cut and it's like a cut so bad they wouldn't do that because it's Tyson Fury, but you never know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back to it. I also thought about doing a round betting. Like I was thinking about putting some in for the Fury in round 5, which is a plus 800. I can't find this damn. Okay. Yeah, it's only plus 750 if both fighters get knocked down. You know, if it was much more like some of the other bets that's on here, then I would have probably did it. But it's not really that high. You know, but I was thinking of placing like a 5-rounder, but I don't normally do those. Daniel did win the fight. He did win and came back in the third. Ivan. John says, I just bet my house on everything inside on Chisora first round win. Nah. If Chisora was a knockout Fury in 1 round, yo, that would be like the greatest upset ever. I think what are the chances? I think that would be the wildest bet like ever. Imagine what? That would kind of suck in a way because what would happen then? It would ruin the whole like the heavyweight division. Chisora to win in round 1 to 3 is a plus 5,000. Yeah, it ain't happening. I wouldn't waste $5 on that. I got Chaco edging it out. I think Chaco's gonna win a split decision later. Yeah. I've been back and forth on it, but I think I'm going with Chaco at the end. See, Andrews, thank you. Appreciate the support. I saw your comment just now. Yeah, they love Sweet Caroline, yo. They go crazy over that song. Even when we was in New York, when AJ came out here to fight Andy Ruiz, they was playing it then. Chisora winning round 1 to 3. How, yo, it is a bad bet because it's like impossible. It's impossible. Like, how do you y'all act like nah, it's not. I'm not no. Yo, there's no way he can win that way. I think Chisora could knock him down, but this is Tyson Fury we're talking about, you know. Yo, if it was Wilder, I would place that bet because Wilder is easier to hit. I can't see it with Fury though. I can see Chisora catching Wilder and dropping him, you know, with a lucky shot. But I can't see him winning though. Is this a pay-per-view in the UK? I have no idea. I actually don't know. Fresh BX says, give your money to the homeless before you bet on Chisora. Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Yeah, it'll definitely be I'm sure it's a rematch clause if Chisora is to find a way to win.
Technically, it's a trilogy. Like this kind of trilogy.
Rounds 1 to 3. Yeah. If you're betting Chisora, I think the best bet is probably 1 to 3. You know?
Point is, the history of the heavyweights hinges on this fight. So what will this one do?
Him down boxing. I bet $100 on Fury by KO plus 200. I think that's what I bet too. I have $100. But I didn't get plus 200 on that though. Fury by KO is a plus 200 on what? Because I'm using FanDuel and it's definitely not a plus 200. Fresh PX. It's gotta be the conversation for the worst trilogies of all time. And dude's talking about betting on Chisora. Oh, that is so funny. He's right though. I'll turn it down. That's a funny comment right there. That is very, very funny. Oh man. I mean, this is what this is what boxing has to offer. This is what they're giving us, man. This is all we got. Fury versus Chisora 3. On the same day that we're getting like one of the best like trilogies that we can get. Derek Chisora is coming out. There's a lot of people in the arena. I mean, people out there, they love the fighters, so they're gonna come out anyway. I think they sold like I think I read somewhere they sold like 60,000 tickets or something for this fight. You know, Well says Wave. If Chisora knocks Fury out cold, will you down a bottle of whiskey? Nah, son. I'm not doing that. You guys making me think about putting like $20 on Chisora though. I think I might do it. Nah, I ain't doing it. That sounds stupid. It's not gonna happen. It just can't happen. This is just like a favor between two friends. You know? I feel like it's just a favor between two friends. Like, Fury wanted a quick fight and just Chisora was available. I don't feel like it's like a real fight. I'm not down in a bottle of whiskey though. That's crazy. Nah, it got to be something crazier than that. Damn, you guys making me think about placing more bets on this. I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. Fresh says, if Chisora beat Fury today, I'll never watch boxing again. That's a lie. Yeah, I'm not taking this seriously. I think the best bets right now is either picking, like, you probably just going for a round, picking the right round for the stoppage. What round is it going to be in? I think round 5, but I feel like if Fury really wanted to, he could just knock him out in 3 rounds. But yo, what if Fury like really fell off like overnight? You know? I don't watch MMA as much as I used to be honest. I watch some of the big fights, but that's just about it. I'm definitely a casual now. Yeah, everybody thinks the 5th round. I think Fury is gonna try to drag it out. And that's why I say the 5th round. Maybe even 6. They got a bet a plus 10,000 that Derek Chisora to be knocked down in round 6 and then win in round 7. Like, imagine that. That's crazy. They have one that's a knockdown in each round, in each of round 1, 2, and 3, plus 10,000. That's realistic. That's very realistic. I actually like that one better than the one of them both getting knocked down. Let me see how much I get back on that. I put $20 in, I get $2,000 back. If there's a knockdown in each of round 1, 2, and 3, it doesn't say a specific fighter. I can see Chisora getting knocked down 3 times and getting up. I mean, didn't Joseph Parker hurt Chisora like 4 or 5 times in that fight? In that rematch? That's pretty dope. $2,000 for just $20. Damn, what if I put like $200 in here? Let me see. Damn, 20K. Yeah, I'm gonna put $20 in there. Oh, maybe I'll get lucky today. I put down that there's going to be a knockdown in each round, 1, 2, and 3 for a plus 10,000. What's good, Malcolm? All right, so Tyson Fury's coming to the ring now. Chisora's already in. Fury's doing his ring walk now. So good. What's good, Malcolm? What's good, MAW? Well, says Wave, where in New York should I go for a 2-week solo trip? Like what parts you should visit, or like where should you stay? I mean, if you're gonna go to New York, you should probably stay in like Manhattan, like Midtown or something, because you'll be in like the tourist attraction area. But where should you go in New York, like for 2 weeks? There's a million things to do. Like, really depends on what you're into. My pops is doing good. He's doing all right, man. He's doing good. Pinches, what's up with you? What's up, everyone that's joining up? What's up, Ralph? Fury's coming out with the traditional boxing robe lately. Yeah. He has this big red robe on. Very basic. Got a hoodie and a towel. He got like layers on. He got like 20 different layers on right now. Gypsy King. Do you think if Chisora gets knocked out, you guys think he's going to retire after this one? Looks outdoor. Looks like the fight is outdoor. Is Showbiz from Chicago? I actually don't know where Showbiz is from. Airsoft assess Brooklyn Marriott. Short trip to Barclay. Short ride to Manhattan. Brooklyn has better food. Yeah, Manhattan's food is kind of trash, especially Midtown. They give you like the regular stuff. I think Manhattan has the worst food, period. You got to go really, really, really like upper scale to get good food in the city. Yeah, I feel like Chisora is not going to retire, but I don't want him to be like the guy that they feed to the younger guys coming up. You know, I think if he can get another big fight, not maybe with like I wouldn't want to see him against like Joe Joyce. I wouldn't want to see him just get pummeled. You know what I'm saying? Fury running to the ring now. If Fury is in the ring, let's get it. Let's get it. Nah, I don't think Chisora is gonna get KO'd bad. I think it's gonna be like he's just gonna get hurt a few times. Fury's gonna carry the fight, man. Fury's not gonna knock him out in like 3 seconds, man. I really believe that Fury carries him to like 5 or 6 rounds. They're doing the face off. Fury's in his corner. Again, it's these dudes is just boys. Like, yo, he doing him the favor. I ain't stupid. Damn, I think Chisora could beat Dubois today. The Dubois that I saw today, Chisora would have definitely caught him with something big and dropped him. Yeah, I want him to fight the fight against Zhang. I do want that. I know he wanted it before. That would be a good fight. All right, let's go. Let's get this fight going. Chisora might stop Dubois with a haymaker. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm still waiting for Daniel Dubois to beat someone that's relevant, and I think Chisora would have beat him today. You know. One foot out the door says the fight looked fishy. Absolutely. Wave, save our gracious king. Joe Joyce beats Dillian White. I would have told you that even before the White fight the other day. I said after Joyce dominated Parker the way he did, I said that Joyce is he's at the top of the list for me outside of the top four dudes. You know, outside of Wilder, Joshua and Fury and Usyk. I put Joyce in the number 5. I even think Joyce can beat Andy Ruiz. I got Joyce way up there, and he might beat at least one or two of those top dudes, you know. But Joyce is up there, you know. You might not like his style. He don't have the prettiest style, but he gets shit done. He doesn't mess around at all. You know, I never enjoyed watching his fights, but I watched them all, and he's just very effective, you know. And I don't think anyone is gonna volunteer to fight him. You know, even with this Fury when Fury's still looking for an opponent for December, you know, Joyce was like willing to take the fight, and Joyce is just gonna be a guy that no one's gonna really fight him unless they have to. I don't know if Frank Sanchez beat Joyce. I see where you're going with that. I think he's definitely capable of doing it. I just don't know how long like these fighters can keep going and just evading him, you know? Like how long can you just the pressure of Joyce is too much and his jab is nonstop, you know? Hybrid, thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Well says Joyce versus Gerald Miller would be fun. It won't be competitive. That fight wouldn't be competitive at all, you know. You two big guys, one really big, but just totally out of shape, against a guy that's in tremendous shape and really big, you know? You fight a 170-pound man that's like pure muscle, you know? Like Joyce, I don't know, man. He's gonna be hard for anyone to beat right now. All right, the fight is about to begin. And my final pick is Fury in 5. 5 or 6. Fury carries the fight. Joyce versus Juiced Up Miller. Yeah, that would be better. But Joyce is still better than, like, not for nothing, but boxing, like, as far as like their boxing skills, I still think Joyce is way more skilled. He just doesn't look pretty, but he's more skilled than Gerald Miller is. Gerald Miller, a lot of his success was really based on his size. Usyk and Joyce are sitting next to each other, talking, watching the fight. Chisora, what are you doing, Chisora? He's starting with the ref. Chisora is acting all fired up. Ref is telling him to go to the corner, and Chisora is like pushing the ref to the side, like he's trying to get at Fury. Yo, I want to win that rounds 1, 2, 3 bet. Let's get some knockdowns in. Joyce and Piccoli is a good fight. That is a good fight. All right, round 1. Chisora already starts the round throwing 2 jabs. He's thrown 4 jabs. Came over the top with a right hand that barely grazed Tyson Fury while he was in the corner. Fury is fighting as unorthodox right now. Chisora's coming in with that same kind of intensity he had against Usyk. He's throwing jabs and he's throwing rights to the body, throwing combos to the body, and they're all tied up. So far, it's been Chisora, his first 40 seconds of the fight. Fury just throws and lands a jab. He's fighting as an orthodox still. He steps in, lands in a right hand over the top, and Chisora steps in and starts throwing combos to the body, and they're all tied up again. Chisora is being very, very physical so far. Another jab lands for Fury. Another right hand over the top lands for Fury. Doesn't land clean. Fury throws a combination, backs Chisora up a little bit, and now they're tied up again. Nice combo from Fury lands. All right, so back in the center of the ring, Fury's throwing hooks. He's throwing right hands. Chisora's just trying to muscle his way in. He's trying to be aggressive as usual. Fury sneaks a little uppercut on the inside in there, halfway through the first round. Another right uppercut as lands for Fury as Chisora comes in and leans to his right. Fury's starting to get off now. Another right uppercut lands for Fury. Oh, on the right hand, and Chisora grabs a hold of Fury. Fury is having a great start. After the first minute, it's been all Fury so far. Chisora's starting to slow down already. Not slow down, but now he's not being as aggressive as he started because he's been catching some good shots. Another right hand lands for Fury. Fury throws a jab, lands another right hand, and they're tied up again. He sneaks another uppercut on the inside. 25 seconds left in the first round. It's been a while since Chisora landed anything. Now he's fighting a smarter fight. All the aggression has already been silenced and neutralized. First round Fury. Fury's already shut him down. You know, as early as the first round, he even caught him with a couple shots that stunned him a little bit. This fight is really, it really depends on where Fury want to go with it. You know. Yeah, I lost my $20, man. I tried. It's all good. It's all good. I still have the Fury by knockout bet. No, it's not over. We're in the second round. Chisora comes out with another jab, lands a jab, backs Fury up. Chisora's back at the jab like he was, and he lands a right hand over the top. Lands clean on Fury while Fury's on the ropes. Big right hand. Another jab for Fury. Chisora lands to the body of Tyson Fury. Fury caught him with a check left hook as he charged in. Another overhand right, barely misses for Chisora. Almost caught Fury again with it. He's going for it, though. He's definitely going for that shot. Yeah, I agree with Andre Ward. The shots, the right hands that Fury land, they hurt Chisora, but, you know, he hasn't hurt him bad yet. Doesn't look like Fury's really sat down on most of them, but he's been really quick. Chisora's did a good job, though, of moving his head. But a lot of them he caught already. We're halfway through the second round. Not much from either yet, though. Chisora lands a right hand to the body, goes back to the jab low. Tyson Fury is starting to move a little bit more. He throws a left and a right hand, lands clean on Chisora, and now they're tied up against the ropes. And and that's what he's doing. He's leaning on Chisora. He's putting his extra weight on him, and he's pushing him around. Another 1-2 lands for Fury. Fury lands a nice right hand, another uppercut and a right hand over the top of the head. And another uppercut as Chisora charges in. Fury another right hand. He's backing Chisora. Chisora's now in the corner. Fury's going off. Chisora, he opens his arm like that's nothing. He's still in the corner right now. 16 seconds left on the second round. Oh, Chisora looks hurt. Chisora's hurt. He ties up finally. He looked like he almost went down just now in the second round here. Round 2 done. 2-0 Fury. 2-0 Fury. Yeah, this is exactly what I said in the breakdown. When Chisora charges in, you can catch him with the short left hook. You can catch him with the uppercut, and you just gotta wait. You just gotta watch out for that overhand right. They're showing Usyk looking up at the fight. Joyce is next to him on one side. Anthony Yard is on the next side of him. Chisora just doesn't really have much here, I mean, he can catch him with an overhand right, but he don't have the arsenal really, He doesn't have the speed. Fury's Fury winked at him at the end of the round like, yo, I got you. All right, so we're in the third round. I have a 2-0 Fury. Fury dominated him in the second round. All right, no knockdowns yet, though. But Fury is up big so far. So Fury's coming back out now. Now he's starting. He's setting the tone early in the round. He's coming forward. And Chisora is the one that's moving now. Another right hand lands for Fury, and that hurts Chisora. Chisora's in the corner. We've seen this before. We've seen this with Parker. We've seen this with... Oh, he's hurt. He's holding on to the ropes. We've seen this with Dillian White in a rematch. Chisora looks hurt. Another left hook from Fury. And Chisora just lunging hooks. Chisora's just too slow. He just can't keep up with Fury. And we all knew this was going to happen. A big uppercut by Fury while Chisora's in the corner, and Chisora is forced to hold on and tie it up. We're only 1 minute into the third round, and just looks like this might be it for Chisora. It might not even go to 5. Just Fury is another left hook and uppercut. Fury is just landing at will. It's just anything he's throwing now is just Chisora's head look like a pinata right now. He's just getting bounced around over the place. Fury lands a right to the body. He's using a head control, and he's measuring Chisora. Catches him with another short right hand as Chisora lunges in. I still feel like Fury is taking it easy while bringing the fight to him. He's still... Another right hand lands for Fury. Chisora just can't seem to get away from them right hands and the uppercuts and the hooks on top of that. The combinations, everything, the jab, everything. And Fury hasn't even gone southpaw. I was saying in the breakdown that Fury did even better when he was fighting as a southpaw in their rematch. Yeah, I don't think Fury wants to end it yet, but he's been hurting Chisora over and over again. Oh, they both fall over. They both fall over. Everything's fine, but Chisora just like flopped on top of him. All right, 10 seconds in the third, and looks like this round is over. Chisora's back on the corner. He's on the ropes. Fury just walks away from him. Oh, man, this is such a mismatch. I mean, we all knew this already, but it's just like, damn. It's like he's even beating him easier than he did in a rematch. They're showing Joyce and Usyk just chilling. This is definitely a sparring match. You know, Fury is doing a lot, but he's not like, you can tell like he's not sitting down on these punches like that. You know, he's taking it easy while he's still dominating. You know, Chisora's tough, but he's not going to be able to take all these punches forever. Yeah, it's just a lot of the punches Derek Chisora is throwing is too telegraphed for Fury. It's no speed. He's like cocking every punch all the way back when he throws it. You know, he's going back to doing his jab. He's trying to attack now. So far, you know, first 40 seconds of this round. Another short left hook lands for Fury. Chisora comes over the top and lands a right hand. So we're a minute in the fourth, into the fourth. So far, it's been Chisora just coming forward, doing a lot of punches, but doesn't seem to be very effective. He's just too slow, you know. Now Fury's the one coming forward again, but Fury's just kind of like daring him to throw something. This is what I mean. You're not even really putting high pressure on Fury. You're giving Fury time to think, relax, set himself up, and go for another attack. There's no real threat here, you know? It's just a regular, looks like a regular sparring match. Like a sparring match between two people that's in the same camp. It doesn't even look like it's like hard sparring. It's kind of just like they're chilling. 1 minute left in the fourth. Fury lands another short right hand. Chisora throws a combination to the body. Most of the punches blocked. And Fury misses wild with a left hook. Yeah, he definitely took it off this round off. Fury's still landing the cleaner shots though. But Chisora has been he worked harder this round so far. Another 1-2 for Fury, but it misses his mark this time. Jab lands for Chisora to the body. Fury definitely took the round off though. Round 3 done. And even though that was Chisora's round 4 done, I'm sorry. That was Chisora's best round. But he's not landing, you know, like anything clean. You know, Fury took the round off and was still able to land the better shots, even in that round, you know. All right, we are in round 5. All right, hopefully, I think a lot of us have picked that the fight is going to be over in this round. Chisora comes out very, very aggressive, going to the body of Fury, being really physical. Uppercut lands for Fury, and they tie it up. Chisora's working. He looks tired though, you know. He don't have much of a pop in his shots. Fury lands another left hand, steps back, lands a left uppercut. Such a boring fight. Fury's fighting southpaw now. I was just saying this earlier. This is where he really shined. So he must be really ready to put Chisora away here because this is where he was shining in the rematch they had. Oh, he switches back to orthodox. Oh, nice combination lands for Fury. Lands 2 jab and then lands the right hand. Caught him with another uppercut easily. It's like whenever Chisora telegraphs his punches so bad that Fury is already has his hand out before Chisora throws the punch. It's so many levels. He's so many levels above Chisora. Yeah, it's boring. Oh boy. It's a lot of wrestling. 40 seconds left in the fifth. Fury seems to be like taking it easy again, but he's winning clearly. And the crowd looks dead, guys. There's a lot of people there, but the crowd looks boring. I'm looking into the crowd. I just don't know how anyone can pay to go see this live. That's just crazy to me. Fury's back southpaw, lands another jab and a left hand. And we made it past the fifth. We are going to the sixth round. And I'm desperately trying to stay awake. Yeah, it does. I think Chisora is getting carried, But we all expected this. This was all said before the fight. This is a guy taking care of his boy, you know. Fury's back out in the sixth round, starts the round out fighting southpaw. Oh boy. Oh, come on. With the tying up. Let's go. I guess Fury's not going to stay at southpaw. Nice 1-2 for Fury. But Chisora caught him with another right hand. And Chisora comes in, lands a combination. And Fury ties up with him 1 minute into the sixth round. Not much action here this round. Halfway through the sixth. Chisora's been getting out of the way. Has been doing a good job getting out of the way of the right hand. He's definitely been rolling underneath a lot of the punches, and he hasn't been catching the uppercuts and the right hands as often as earlier. But I don't feel like as I'm watching this, I don't feel like Fury is trying. Caught him with another uppercut there, but I don't feel like he's trying. I think that even though he was able to beat Dillian White pretty easily as well, I feel like at least in that fight that he was actually, trying to fight. And definitely with Wilder, This doesn't, I don't see the same kind of, I don't feel like Fury is really like going for it here. It was more like, he's just taking it easy still. He's carrying a fight. That's a good point, Corey. Corey says, I think Fury, one, doesn't want to seriously hurt Chisora, and two, wants to get them rounds in for prep for his next opponent. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, because if you're gonna fight Usyk next, you know, and Usyk has a great gas tank. You know, he has excellent conditioning, and you have to deal with him. You know, going full speed for 12 rounds. So that's a good point. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about getting more coquito, man. I'm trying not to drink it all, but it's so good, it's addicting. Man, you know what I'm in the mood for, man? I'm moved for City Island. Go get me some, I don't know, some shrimp or some lobster tails. That's just, I guess that's what I'm thinking about while I'm watching this fight. All right, round 7, man. Let's go, man. Let's see if can Fury close the show already. I think we got enough. I think at this point, you know, we want to at least get a knockdown. Give us something to make us feel like we're watching a real fight. You know, Fury's starting to let his hands go a little bit here, and so is Chisora. So let's see what happens. Let's see if they can keep it up. Yeah, I feel like going to City Island, man. And if I didn't have to cover this fight later too, I probably would have went. One foot out the door said, imagine watching this after Chocolatito and Estrada 3. No, I do not imagine it. I would have been in like, I would have been knocked out, snoring on y'all. Jesus, imagine this goes 12 rounds. Oh, man. Imagine this fight goes 12. That's torture. Halfway through the 7th. And the problem with this fight? It's just a lot of tying up, man. You know, I'm trying to give you guys commentary, but it's not really anything going on, you know? It's just, this is like, it's nothing going on. Guys are just wrestling each other and leaning on each other, and oh, man, this sucks. I don't know, man. If Fury doesn't want to step it up, it's gonna go to 12, man. You know, he'll come out and right hand backs up Chisora again against the ropes, but then they're just tied up again, man. 30 seconds left in the 7th. It's a wrestling match. Nice uppercut. That'll be the shot to do it. I don't think it's the right hands. He got to get that uppercut in there. He landed another one. Oh my God. Jesus. This is torture, man. MC Treasure said, I have to say this is a better fight than Fury and White, though. That fight wasn't really good either. I wouldn't call it a better fight, though. The fact that White even came out as a southpaw made it funny. Like that gave me, the first round alone gave me a little bit more. The first round and two, because then Fury switched, gave me a little bit more excitement than this, you know. But yeah, that wasn't a good fight either. All right, so we are in round 8. Another thing is with Fury is that like a lot of the clean shots or a lot of shots that he land that buzzes Chisora and Chisora backs against the ropes or goes to the corner, Fury won't follow it up with nothing, you know? It's like he'll have him buzz and then he'll just go and lean on Derek. And it's like, you know, he don't really try to, you know, stay to keep the distance and just land something else. Damn, man. If Fury doesn't TKO him, I'm gonna lose my money. Okay, we got a little bit of exchange. Okay, the crowd cheers. There is some swelling on Derek Chisora's eye. He has some swelling around his head too. It looks like now, it looks like Fury wants to stop him without hurting him though. He kind of just wants to like he don't want to hurt him. He's fighting like he doesn't want to hurt him. He wants the ref to stop it from the punishment. But Chisora's just not going to go out that way. That was a big uppercut from Fury. It didn't quite land as clean as he looked to try, but another uppercut from Fury. And a right hand over the top. Lands for Fury. 24 seconds left on the clock. Or left for the 8th round. So is it safe to say that we all lost our money on this fight? Because it doesn't look like Fury really wants to knock this guy out. And I'm sure a lot of us predicted the knockout to be, oh, Fury hurt him. Fury lands another right hand, and it makes Chisora stumble back at the very end of the 8th round. Yeah, I guess most of us lost our money because I know if you did round betting, you probably bet it happened like previous or earlier than the 7th round. And if this goes into a decision, you know, I don't think anyone was looking for Fury to win a decision here. Yeah. Fresh BX says that stoppage is coming, whether it's the corner. I think Tyson Fury wants it to be the corner, you know? I mean, Chisora's taking some good punches, though. But, all right, round 9. Round 9. And Fury has won pretty much every round. Oh, man. Nice combo from Fury. Chisora's going back to using the jab. His eye is pretty bad, though. His right eye is closing up pretty bad. And he has a good amount of swelling on the left side of the head from the right hand. But the thing is, even at this point, Chisora doesn't even look like he has a puncher's chance anymore, because he's been getting beat up and worn down and leaned on for so many rounds. He doesn't have the balance. He doesn't have the same snap on his punches. He's even slower. And he's taking some damage. And he keeps putting himself back in the corner where Fury just kind of. But Fury keeps tying him up with him, And is giving him, every time they tie up, it takes like a good 5 to 10 seconds to get. See, Chisora just threw an overhand right and it actually landed, but it had no power at all. It looked so slow. Fury just looked at him, Another right hand lands for Fury. Another right hand for Fury. Chisora's still coming forward. I think the crowd is starting to get restless. The crowd, you can hear it. The fight is just so slow, and it's so like the crowd is just like, you don't see any cheer, you don't hear anyone cheering, you don't see anyone waving their hands. They should stop the fight. Chisora's fighting back, but they should just stop it. It's enough. Enough is enough. Yeah, Chisora's right eye is pretty bad. Nick Treasure says maybe Chisora will finally retire after this. Regardless, I just hope that we don't get these kind of fights no more, Now we're going into the 10th round. I think the ref went over there in his corner and warned him. Chisora's corner, his trainer is keeping the ref is looking at Chisora, is kind of warning him like, yo, I'm gonna stop the fight. So this is the 10th round and the ref is looking to stop it. So another right hand for Fury. Fury's going at it, and Chisora's coming out fighting now. Chisora is looking like he's trying to let his hands go a little bit more now because the ref gave him a warning. Fury's back to southpaw. Oh, man. Come on, Fury. Let's go, man. Nice hook. Let's go, Fury. The ref wants to stop the fight, and Fury is still carrying him. The ref is looking to stop. He's looking in Chisora's face. I'm telling you guys, the ref is big right hand. He stepped in. He's ready to step in. He almost stepped in and stopped it just now. The ref wants to stop the fight. He's gonna stop the fight. There's no way this goes to distance. He's gonna stop the fight. He's looking at Chisora. Yeah, they see it. Yep, the commentators are saying it. 50 seconds left in the 10th round. The ref wants to stop it though. He's looking and he's not even looking at Fury anymore. He's very close to the two of them. He's very involved now. And Chisora is doing everything in his power to hold. 20 seconds left in this round. Another right hand from Fury. He's stopping it. He stopped it. He stopped it. He's been waiting to stop it. I mean, Usyk is sitting there with his arms crossed, like, yo. Oh, God. I'm so glad that's over. Oh. The fight is over, y'all. The fight is over. Thank God. The ref jumped in and stopped it. I knew the ref was going to stop it. There's no way that was going to go to 12. Man, that was brutal to watch. That was brutal. I mean, we knew what it was, but I mean, man. Yeah, Andre Ward is basically giving a speech on how, Derek just needs to retire. And I agree, He got enough. I mean, if you could get a Fury fight at this stage and get 60,000 people to come out after losing like that many fights, I just kind of want to hear what I want to see if Usyk, because they keep putting the camera on Usyk. So I want to see if Usyk is going to get in the ring and see if they're going to set up the next fight. Well, the fight later on tonight will make up for this one at least, Should be a good fight later on tonight. They're showing a lot of love and support. They're having talks and conversations about how, they made plans of, earning Chisora a good payday on his way out. Ralph asked, which round do I prefer if it was stopped? Well, I don't. The thing is, I don't think that Fury was trying to stop him. I think he was carrying the fight, and I don't think that he was like. I'm fine with the stoppage here because Chisora was just taking punishment, and he was taking a lot. But I don't think Fury was trying to stop him. I think Fury carried him. We knew he was going to carry him, but I said carry him to the fifth or sixth round. Not carry him through the whole fight and try to go to distance with him. That's my thing. It's one thing you want to make the fight. I mean, even if he brought it to 7, but this looked like it was gonna go the distance. If it wasn't for the referee, this would have went 12 rounds. Fury was not trying to stop him at all. All right, hold on, give me a second.
Firstly, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me another victory tonight. Secondly, I just want to say, what a fucking crowd! Come on! 60,000 people here tonight.
I can't believe 60,000 people paid to see this fight. That's crazy.
You're amazing.
Yo, UK fans are y'all some of the biggest boxing fans out there, man. That's crazy. 60,000 people. Most fighters in America, like top names in America, can't even get 5,000 people out, That's a good point, MAW. I agree with you 100%. He says, problem is, carrying a fight actually means more unnecessary punishment. Yeah. Because he's just getting punched in the head for a period of 12 rounds. I agree. Especially for a guy that has been in so many wars already,
It's been a privilege to fight him 3 times. He's an absolute British folk hero.
And I respect you, Chisora. I don't want just to come across like, you guys know what's up.
Shots there that knock anybody else spark out. And he stood up to every one of them. And he was calling me a little bitch in there. He was going, you get it hard and now you little bitch. I was like, Del, come on, mate.
Derek, how proud are you of the bravery, the resilience, and the chin you showed tonight?
You know what? Thanks to the ref. As a fighter, you don't want to stop. You got on your shield the rest of the stage. If you don't try to move fight, they're going to pull you out. Thank you, Tyson. I really appreciate that. Me and Tyson are friends.
He said,
the fight was done, we said, you know what? Forget the friendship. You called me in the summer, let me fight you. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
And after 3 times in the ring, how impressive was Tyson Fury tonight?
Oh, listen, there's a big fight coming up. Everybody wants to see one champion in everywhere. The last one we had was running through.
all right. What's going to happen with Usyk? I want to know. Wait, hold on. They're booing Usyk? All right, let's see what Fury says.
Where's Alexander Usyk, the rabbit?
The rabbits. Usyk is gonna come up. He pointed at him. Okay. Fury talking crazy to Usyk's face. He said 15-stone midget beats a bodybuilder. All right, whatever. All right, so before I go, who wins? Enough of that. Before I get flagged. Who's gonna win? Who do you guys have winning this fight if it happens in March or whatever happens? You know, if the fight is next, regardless of the undisputed belt. Oh, wait, hold on. Joyce comes up. Oh, Joyce comes up and says, let's have a Royal Rumble. Yeah, but Fury's just saying that. No, this is kind of dope though. It's really hyped up. But yo, Fury's not serious. He's like, yo, if I don't fight this guy, then I'll fight you next. But he's just saying that. He shakes their all hand at the end though. What's Frank Warren saying? All right. Yo, who wins? You guys left comments yet? Yeah, you left some. Yeah, he's been in WWE too long. Fury, another Fury in 12 rounds. No, I'm asking who wins between Fury and Usyk right now. I don't think the Chisora fight happens. I mean, it could, but you know. I think Fury beats Joyce too. Tough fight though. Yeah, I think Fury is gonna win, but I might seriously consider putting some money on Usyk. You know, just got to see how it looks when it happens. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm not staying long, man. It was a great time, you know, but I gotta go. I want to relax a little bit before the card later. I might even push the card back a little bit as far as like I might not even come to like no earlier than 8:30, you know. But I'm going to see what the undercards they're showing because there are some good undercard. Well, there are some good fighters on the undercard. So I'll be back later. Just look out for me around 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You know, either 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I just want to watch the main fight. To be honest, you know, I don't want to really dig too much into the undercard. But I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling it, I'll jump back on. I'll be back later. Yo, appreciate everyone that came through. Please smash the like button. Share the video if you can. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm out of here. Peace.